Welcome back. Pokemon. More Pokemon. First I want to show, before we do anything, start something a little, just out of left field here. Uh-huh. So there's this glitch where if you do a very specific way of gliding, you keep the momentum, and as you can see, we're going a little faster than we normally might. So, did this first try. This is amazing. So yeah, you go pretty fast. You start to go through things as well at this speed. Sometimes. Woo! Got some height, actually. Whoa! And out of the map we go. So, if I try to get it back on my ride... Interesting. Let's look at a recorded clip I took. This was off stream. Yeah, so that's, yeah, that's the glitch. I believe, yeah, the map is glitched now. And if we tried to open any, sort of... Can we get off this, please? If we try to open any menus... it will lock us in. So if I try to open the map, see the phone opened up there. Buttons don't work. So the game basically soft locks if you do this glitch. So it's not recommended. But I figured I'd start the stream with that just to show you a glitch that I found out about on Twitter. It's pretty crazy. It's a fun thing to mess around with. I could try it one more time just to see if any more things, interesting things happen. It's a little wonky to sort of get the hang of. But yeah, it's entertaining. I don't think that this should be a priority in fixing bugs and stuff with the game. I think that there's much more important things to sort of address. See, I don't think I'm doing it right now. I did it first try and I was very surprised by that. But what you gotta do is you gotta go to a high spot. Doesn't have to be here, but you have to dash jump off, glide, drop the glide, go 90 degrees left or right. When you hit the glider, you have to straighten it back out. Kind of overcompensate a little bit. So if you go 90 degrees to the left, you turn it back 110 degrees to the right once you're doing the glide again. I'll try tilting right this time. See, it's like, it's inconsistent, because it doesn't also want you to use the glider close to the ground. So if you're close to the ground, it's not going to work. So you have to find a spot that you can jump off of where you're not going to hit anything. Okay, I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one. Yeah, we're picking up speed here. But didn't have enough ground below us. I think you need to let the glide go for a bit. It's pretty good. Gotta let it go for a little longer. Those delibirds freaking out. See, I was falling for a long time there. The game was not letting me open the glide. So it's not 100%. It doesn't happen every time you try it. And you could spend 10-15 minutes trying to do this glitch. I know I started it with an immediate success, but it's a little, you have to sort of feel it out. See, gotta have more ground below you. This is the best spot to do it from, but the problem is if you don't get that speed boost on the first jump, then you don't have enough ground below you to do the next one. A little more ground, please. Thank you. Big Sad Mobile is crazy laggy like last time. Oh, that sucks. Sorry. Well, I got the glitch on the first time, Sapphire. I was just seeing if I could do it a second time just to see if we get any different results, but it's not 100%. See, that's a good burst of speed. Need more space below me, though. So now 90 degrees this way. Fuck off. Again, I'm mashing the glide button. It's just if you're too close to the ground, it doesn't let you do it. So there's enough ground here to do it once. And I'll mash it right next to the mic so you can hear me doing it. So I'm going to drop the glide. It just didn't do it. It's really dependent on you having almost nothing below you for a good distance down. Can I fucking fly? I want to get this one more time. I'm surprised I got it the first time, honestly. But you have to sort of feel it out. It has to be a boost jump. I try to aim at the edge of the yellow on the map. So, like, if you can see where I'm pointing on the map right now, I sort of aim that way. And then when it comes back, I have to straighten it out. At the edge of the yellow. Come on. Just let me do it over and over here. I'm not sure what the difference is. Give it a good another chance here. I think depending on what's below you, it affects when it will let you glide. Okay. See, that's too far of a glide. So that's part of the problem there. If you glide too long, it doesn't let you reopen your glide back up. So you gotta wait a little bit, but not too long. See, that's not working. Gosh, can I not get it one more time before we start up the stream here? And here we are 15 minutes in. Damn it. Overcompensating. It's so weird to describe in words. You really have to feel it out. I want to do it one more time. That seems to be a better spot to jump from. I just need to do it correctly. God, why isn't it working? Give it another shot. I'm trying my best. It's not an easily done glitch, so I don't think it should be a focus on the team. They should maybe work on stability rather than any of this shit. I've lost the speed. So I think it has to do with something to do with the boost jump in the beginning. You have to do the jump while you have that boost of speed. And you have to drop it while it's still going. Nice of Discord to finally do its job. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we have speed. We can cruise. There's a wall, I guess? Okay. We glided pretty far away. Of how ads play perfectly fine, but stream hates me. Yeah, that's a interesting thing. So I think I got it just after I figured out that you need to get the jump speed. Yes. 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 Has everything to do with that initial jump speed, keeping that speed when you drop your glider. And this is the last speed boost we're going to get before we make things go crazy. Now we can do another one. All right. We're cruising. As you can see, the map on the bottom right is freaking the fuck out. There's the school. There's the fucking crater. What's in the crater? We don't know. Do we go through walls here in the crater? Yeah, this trick has everything to do with getting an initial speed boost from a sprint jump at the beginning. I'm not supposed to be here yet. Hey, Delta, what's up? I was just showing off a little bit of a glitch. We're not going to ruin this, but let's see here. I'll try it one more time since I seem to be able to do this. It's a fun little glitch. Now that I think I got the hang of it. So, get a sprint jump, glide immediately, drop immediately, turn left or right immediately, and then go back forward. Just keep the speed. Here we go. Yeah. fly fast, make the game look like ass, even more so. Woo! Music of the game is trying to keep up, by the way. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. I guess this is the crater. So, well, I'll try watching the stream again in a bit. Mobile just froze up. Sorry. And the map has glitched. And I think I've mentioned this before, but if you try to open up any sort of menu... Oh, hold up. Can I open up the map? If you try to open up the map, the game wigs out. So, that's a soft lock. But now y'all know. That's an interesting glitch. Hopefully they leave it in. That's a fun one. It's a fun glitch. And it's hard to do on accident. But yeah, I'm gonna do some end game stuff. I'm on the last thing we need to do for Team Star. And I'm on the post missions for the Gym Challenge and the Titan Challenge. Hey, little buddy. Here we go. So, we need to decide where we're going. So yeah, this right here is one thing we can do. Finishing up the Titan Challenge by going to the Lighthouse over here, and finishing up the Gym Challenge by going to the Elite Four over here. I say the first thing we do is the last Team Star thing. And you can do this in any order, but this is the last one I'm doing. Let's hit a couple of these Pokemon Centers on the way down. I can use this glitch to my advantage now, I suppose. And here's the Pokemon Center that we were going to go to. Nice. Can we now fly here? Yes, we can. The glitch looks so much fun. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a speedrunning strap, for sure. They honestly should have put it in like a booster mode in regular flying in general. Yeah, I've gotten the hang of the glitch now. I only did it once or twice off stream, so I wasn't 100% on how to do it. But that's the last Starfall mission over here. Again, you need to have a high place. You need to do a boost jump. And then you need to... You need to do exactly what I said. Yeah, if you're wanting to not have spoilers, you can come back. I'm glad you stopped by, though. Because this is just basically going to be end of all the three storylines, and possibly dipping into the Great Crater. Yeah, as soon as you catch up, feel free to watch any of the backlog stuff. It's all fun. I see you're almost at the 5th base. Hold up inside there, Team Star's last remaining squad. You fought well to make it this far. Thank you, Chrono. Mm-hmm. Chrono, Cassiopeia. Oh! So you made it as well, Clive. Of course, it's been the last base. It's the last base. I wouldn't want to miss out on the action. Clive, I owe you my thanks. Your help has been invaluable to the operation. I'm sorry I was so wary of you at first. Well, that's all water under the bridge. Water types, you know. When we're finished with this base, will that be the end of Operation Starfell then? Not quite. We'll still need to handle Team Star's secret mastermind last of all. Do we have any leads on how to find them? I'm hoping they'll come out into the open once all the squad bosses have stepped down. I see. We've come so far, only a few more steps left. Don't let me down, either of you. Whoop! Cassiopeia's hung up? Alright. Thanks to you, Chrono, I've slowly but surely come to understand Team Star. I know what I need to do, and I know what my final decision will be. For that, I can't thank you enough. Take care in that base, Miss Chrono. Sorry for getting all polite there. Don't know what came over me. Yeah, you take care, Delta. Thanks for stopping by. I will return later when it's time for the young master's piano lesson. Until then, please give him my regards. Yes, Mr. Harrington. And who might you be, young lady? A friend of the young master, perhaps? Young master? I see. Since you seem unaware, I must inform you that the spaces of Team Star's ferry crew, the Rukuba squad led by young Master Ortega. Mr. Harrington, I don't think we're supposed to be giving out that information. No? Then please accept my apologies. Do you have any idea as to who this young lady might be? She's no friend of ours. You know, I think she might be here to try to take us on. Oh, understood. In that case, I take it you're an adversary of the young master. I guess that follows? Is that so? Well then, that leaves me with one last thing to ask you. Huh? Would you be so kind as to indulge me in a quick battle? Yeah. Splendid. Then let us begin. Challenged by Pokemon Trainer Harrington. Morgrem. Alright, let's start by sending out what I know is good against this stuff. I don't know why I didn't have you up front, but here goes Dio! Who is Dio, you ask? Just a shiny Revavroom that Sapphire traded me. Alright. Ironhead. Torment! Alright, game, you want to speed up a little bit? Hatchrim? I think we're good. Wait, what is Hatchrim? I thought it was Psychic, Fairy. Am I mistaken? Let me look this up. Good music. Pure Psychic? Oh. How did I forget that? Okay, well, I guess Iron Head. Can't use the same move twice in a row because of Torment! Poison Jab, then. Boom, boom. Get me out of this place. Well. An outstanding performance. However, be aware that young Master Ortega's battle prowess far surpasses my paltry skills. You would do well to take care. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hasta la vista. Hasta vista. That gentlemanly guy used to be the director of the academy, I think? At least that's what I heard. Now he's like tutoring the boss or something. He shows up here sometimes to take the boss to his lessons. Hang on, why am I explaining this to you? There's no doubting you're here to make trouble, so I gotta let everyone know. Hasta la vista! Oh! I see the guard has been dealt with. Good job. That base belongs to Team Star's ferry crew, the Rukpa squad. Their boss, Ortega, is the mechanic of the team. He may be the youngest of the bosses, but his battle skills are no joke. Underestimate him, and things will go south for you quickly. He's also a real lead from the back type. He gets his grunts to do all the dirty work for him. But his weak point is his short fuse. Get him good and angry, and he'll march out to the front lines to deal with you himself. In terms of tactics, there's nothing else for it but to take all the lackeys he sends your way. Take them all down. Did your sprite just say rotor? No, they were reacting to the phone vibrating in their pocket, I suppose. Just tough it out until Ortega shows up, and go from there. Ring the bell on the gates once you're ready to kick off this phase of the operation. Time to wipe Rookba squad off the map. Mm-hmm. Whoop. Well, let's get the party in order. We know who needs to be up front. Okay, what's good against Fairy? Poison and Steel. What resists Fairy? Poison, Steel, and Fire. Okay. See here. And then we just need a buff thing. I think. Definitely not the dragon type. Definitely not the ghost fighting type. Definitely not Fimbo. Calypso. It's gonna have to be you. Alright, those are the top 3 contenders for taking out this place. We'll save. Alright. Is that a Gimme Ghoul here? Oh, it might have been the Gold Duck. Wow. Ready to challenge Team Star using the first 3 Pokemon on your party? Yes! Where's Clive? I want to see Clive. There he is. Beep. Psh. Even the smallest stars can light up the sky when they shine together as constellations. We're the last bastion of Team Star. Losing isn't an option. Hey kid, you listening? If you beat 30 of our Pokemon in 10 minutes, we'll call the boss out to deal with you. How's that for hospitality? To beat 30 Pokemon. Alright. Well, here I go killing again. Those aren't our Pokemon! Those are just random Merrills! Wigglytuff can fly? They fly now? They fly now! Mimikyu. Mimikyu! We're doing well. We might be a tad over leveled. Off stream, I did grind a bit with Sapphire. Did some raids and got some candies. So everybody in the party is level 65, which I think is good for endgame. Excuse me. Can you send out a? Okay. Ugh, this game is chugging. Ah! Ah! Good lord, it's like they didn't playtest it. It's in slow motion. It truly is unacceptable. This has nothing to do with me glitching the game either. This is the game running as intended, apparently. Yikes. Our defenses are breached. It's all up to the boss now. Nice car. Heh. Ortega. Huh, so you're Chrono. Okay. Talk about underwhelming. I was expecting someone, I don't know, a bit more beefed up. Well, whatever. I don't care who you are. Not like I'm going to lose to you anyway. If you think fairy types are all about cuteness, you're in for a nasty surprise. I don't know what voice I'm giving them. Nice luxury ball. I got my own car. I promise I'll play nice, so don't blame me when this battle sends you blubbering back home. Well, poison jab, I suppose. Oops. I think we're good. Dash bun. Right. Woo! To Iron Head. Been working out. Wigglytuff. Well, I mean, we just defeated one out there, but Poison Jab if it's fairy. I think it's normal fairy. Revavroom. Revavroom versus Revavroom. What the heck? Why is my team on the ropes? That's totally not fair. Misty Surge. Alright, we're terastallizing. Poison Jab. Poison Power! Activate! Screw the planet! I'll make my car have as much exhaust as I can put on it! I like the loud noises it makes. Steel Roller? Roll the roller! Ooh, Rocky Helmet, gotcha. Oopsie, did you just realize how outmatched you are? If you want to give up, now's the time. Oops. Can I throw that back at you then? Confuse Ray! Trixie! Trixie little farrels! Ow. Try it again. Magical Torque. Dick. You got this, Dio. fucking sweet! Woo! Got him. My fucking car broke down! I'm not giving you my insurance. This game's running like trash. How can I lose? What the heck? Just like Liquid Snake. Liquid. About a year and a half ago. Ah, what the heck? Your toy car didn't budge an inch, huh? I told you it's not a toy. It's called the Starmobile, and I was up all night building it. The problem's clearly we're not giving it enough juice. You designed this thing to be powered by 2 Charcadet, but it's just too heavy. That's such a shame. I wanted to see the looks on our bullies' faces once we got it moving. I'm sorry. I really thought it would work. Come, good fellow. 'Tis no occasion for melancholy. Why, to make such a remarkable contraption by thine own hand. Genius, thy name is Ortega. Yeah, well, there's no point if it doesn't work, is there? If I knew that effort would have zero payout, I'd have just asked Mother to buy a car for us. See, this is why people don't take you seriously. You say some stupid things, you know that? What? Mela, cool it, will you? Yeah, how about no? I mean, we even put this in the code, for crying out loud. When we started Team Star, we swore to quit relying on our parents or bags of cash to fix our problems for us. Or did you forget? If that hunk of junk doesn't move, get it moving. If we're short on juice, just gotta crank up the power somehow. Doesn't take a genius, man. That's easy enough to say, Melly. Do you have an actual plan? Yep. I'm gonna train up my Charcadet to have him evolve. Their boosted firepower will get the Starmobile moving, no sweat. But the hour of operation is nigh at hand. Will you succeed in time? Oh, I'll get it done. Melly, wait! You know, Mela shoots her mouth off an awful lot, but she means well. I know. God, this sucks. Wow. From a Pokemon game. This sucks! I hate myself for losing, but I also can't get over how awesome you were in that battle. If any of us squad bosses are defeated, that means we have to step down. And going against our code would make me a traitor to the team. Fine! Not like I have a choice anyway, so take the badge already. You better treat it with the respect it deserves. I'm not done yet. Here's my favorite TM, too. Feel free to marvel at how awesome it is. Dazzling Gleam? The user damages opponent's Pokemon by emitting a powerful flash, so it's just a fairy move. And just so you know, you are the worst! Like the most annoying person ever! But I get it, you're super strong. I'll admit that much, you even busted up my Starmobile. Young Master Ortega. Mr. Harrington! I guess it's time for my piano lesson, huh? As it happens, I just lost my boss title, so I'm all good to head on home. Actually, a different matter brought me. There's someone I would like you to meet. He's a distant acquaintance of mine. The name's Clive. Okay. What's your business here? I want to tell you something. I want you to tell me something, actually. You're the son of a wealthy family and heir to a major apparel company, so why join a group like Team Star? What a question to ask someone you've just met. Well, my answer's the same as everyone else on the team. It's because I was being bullied. So the Academy really did used to have an issue with bullying. It's supposed to be used. Used to. Who would guess, right? The school is all rainbows and butterflies these days. And the bullies from back then don't even go to the Academy anymore. Why? What happened to them? As the former director of the Academy, I believe I'm the best positioned to answer that question. Mr. Harrington. No, Mr. Harrington. About 18 months ago, the members of Team Star confronted the students who used to bully them, and an altercation broke out between the groups. Though it did not escalate into a major incident, the altercation nonetheless caused a scandal of hitherto unknown proportions. As a result of what occurred that day, the students who had been perpetrated the bullying dropped out of the academy one after another. But there aren't any records of that anywhere in the academy. No, I should imagine not. My former deputy deleted all records of the incident, you see. What? Why would anyone do that? Just as I was puzzling over how best to deal with the Team Star in the aftermath of the incident, a certain student came to see me. The student declared that they would take all responsibility for the team's actions. In exchange, they requested that I exonerate the other students of Team Star for any blame. No one told me about that! I accepted the request and agreed not to take disciplinary action against Team Star. Then I assigned 18 months of overseas study to the student who took responsibility for the team. A year and a half of studying abroad. This was not intended as a punishment, you should understand. Team Star were the victims, after all. I wanted this student to take some time to rest, so I had them return home to the Galar region under the pretext of overseas study. Around that time, however, the former director took it upon himself to erase all traces of the incident from the Academy's servers. It appears his intent was to shield himself from any blame. So he tried to cover up the whole thing? That's terrible! I think the principal would care to look into the school history before accepting the job. I guess the history was deleted. After we discovered what he had done, I dealt with him appropriately, of course. But the inability of myself and the rest of the teaching staff to prevent this terrible act also represented a grave blunder on our part. I accepted the blame that lay at my feet and resigned from my position as director. The rest of the teaching staff then joined me in handing in their notices. So that's why the current teachers were all brought in a year and a half ago. I understand my actions have caused you a great deal of trouble. You have my sincere apologies. Hang on, Mr. Harrington. How come you suddenly decided to talk about this now? Young Master Ortega, Team Star cannot carry on in its current fashion. I merely wish to give you a chance to chart a better course. Well, there's no way I'm abandoning my friends and going to school without them. Not after we've come this far. Your friends in Team Star must mean a great deal to you. Isn't that obvious? It's 'cause, they're my greatest treasure in the world. Can't forget to save. Hopefully it doesn't crash like it did that one time. More voice acting. Chrono, it's me. Did you do it? Did you claim Ortega's star badge? Mm-hmm. With its boss no longer around, the Rook Bus squad is as good as finished. So Ortega was the last. All 5 squad bosses have now been toppled from their pedestals. I imagine they'll leave Team Star before long, now that they've lost their special positions. After that, they should be back attending classes at the Academy. Nice work out there, Chrono. Is that Clive I hear? Cassiopeia, well done to you too. Thanks. Now that's your reward. Chrono, I'll transfer some LP over to your phone. As promised. Whoa! Nice. And more TMs. Oh, that reminds me, I'm doing the whole supply unit rep thing this time, right? Indeed. You can go ahead and give Chrono her bonus reward now. Nice. At long last, Operation Starfall has entered its final stage. There's only one thing left on the agenda. You must defeat the big boss, and have Team Star disband for good. Where's the big boss? Oh, where's the big boss? Don't worry, there's no need to search them out. The true identity of the big boss is none other than me. Ha! Shock and awe and horror and surprise, and I totally didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep it from you for so long, but the right moment never came. I'm the one who formed Team Star. Back then, the members of the team were my closest friends, and I treasured them more than anything. If they go on like this, Team Star won't do any good for anyone. They've got to give it up, so I'm using the code we made together to force them to disband. Chrono, I'll be waiting for you in the schoolyard after dark. You should come as well, Clive. Understood. Then I'll see you both there. So Cassiopeia was the big boss of Team Star this whole time. I scarcely thought it was possible. But with this revelation, I just might have an inkling as to their true identity. It seems we'll find our answers after dark in the Academy's schoolyard. Let's prepare as best we can before heading over. Let's save the game. We're putting Fimbo up front. She's the point man. TMs have been updated. I don't know which ones are available. I guess I could check here. After getting a heal. Ba 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 ba. Shoo-ba-dee doo doo be doo be. Ba 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 ba. Where's the little gimme ghoul fella? There you are. Making a lot of noise, aren't you? Let's see here. Let's just go to the school. It's dark right now. Chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard. Alright, I think this is it. Sup, Chrono? Director Clavel? Oh, come on, the name's Clive, remember? Actually, no, it's time for me to bring this little performance to an end. Allow me to reveal my true identity. Ha ha! You changed right in front of me. You weren't wearing a shirt before. I do apologize for deceiving you with my disguise. In truth, the boy you knew as Clive was none other than the director of Uva Academy, Mr. Clavel. I already knew that. But, what? But my disguise was perfect! Although now that I think about it, I did neglect to keep up my youthful act on a few occasions. That must have been what gave me away. Regardless, there is still one more astonishing truth I must reveal to you. The true identity of Cassiopeia, the big boss of Team Star, was me all along. No, it wasn't. That's impossible. Honest to goodness! When you heard Cassiopeia over the phone, that was actually a pre-recorded voice. I pulled it off, one of those high-tech gizmos. Oh, yes, it was very clever. So, Miss Chrono, now that you know I'm the big boss, that means there's just one less thing left to do. Face me in one final showdown to decide it all. Ah. We doing this? I mean, if he just wanted to battle, I would have said yes. Why don't I believe him? Yeah, I don't believe him anyway. Alright. I'm Cassiopeia of Team Star. With this battle, I will finally bring Operation Starfall to an end. Alright, I think you're Psychic type, so Night Slash! Oh, does it have... Sturdy? Or it just happened to fucking... Nope. We're getting out of here. Bonk. We're not keeping that sleep going for the next turn. Whoop. Who you sending out? I guess I can send out Shade Man. Shade Man! Gyarados? Yeah, we're not. Nope. Ooh, water flying. I don't know if I have something to deal with that sort of typing. I don't have electric or rock. Okay, we'll just have somebody in that doesn't... Yeah. Yeah, okay. Poison Jab. Earthquake, Jesus fucking Christ. I should have used Magnet Rise. Of course you crit! You fucking dick. Alright. We're not letting that slide. Level 60, Gyarados. Obama Snow. I had a feeling it had Earthquake, but I was like, I don't want to use Magnet Rise if it doesn't have Earthquake. But it would have been the perfect move to do. Yeah, it started to snow, eh? Bitter Blade. How do you like quad effective? Poltegeist. Night Slash! Nice low frame rate student to interrupt this battle. Amoonguss! Mm-hmm. Skeledirge. Ooh, okay. I know what it is. Heh, to think that I, Cassiopeia, would be backed into a corner like this. Night Slash. Very well, it seems I'll have to terrestrialize my Pokemon. Well, now it's not Ghost type anymore. Do take a step back, please. This may get dangerous. Yeah, I forgot about Terrestrialize. Yeesh. Yeah, if it was a ghost type, then the Night Slash would have killed it. But it terastallized. Earthquake. Well, I knew it was Fire Ghost. I knew it was the third starter Pokemon. The one that Nimona and I didn't take. I just forgot about Terastallize, making it a single type and getting rid of Ghost. How strong you have grown. Well now, Miss Chrono. Seems you've grown quite splendidly over the course of your treasure hunt. And here, once again, I must apologize. I'm not actually Cassiopeia. Though Clive and myself being the same person was no lie, mind you. Cassiopeia's true identity remains hidden, and I believe I can hazard a guess as to who they may be. That is why I sought to spare you from having to confront them in battle. Their sorrows should not be yours to bear. However, Cassiopeia has settled on a course of action and is determined to see it through. I do not imagine any ordinary student could hope to stand against them and win. So I challenge you to a battle to test your skill. If you had lost, it would have fallen to me to bring down Cassiopeia. Such was my resolve. But it turns out you are as strong as you are kind. If anyone has a chance at saving that poor child, it is surely you. As an educator, it shames me to burden one of my students with such a task. But please, defeat Cassiopeia. Take on the big boss of Team Star and win. Leave it to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I leave this in your hands. You there! What do you think you're doing? Miss Time, a pleasure to see you. It's no pleasure at all, Mr. Clavel. I come here to investigate reports of an illicit battle on school grounds, and what do I find? Why, the director of the academy himself, facing off against one of our students, no less. What were you thinking? No, if I could just explain. You see, it is a rather sad tale. Oh, spare me. Your excuses reek worse than a stunky's behind. A stunky's behind? Remember, the big boss asked us to meet them in the schoolyard after dark. I'm counting on you, Miss Chrono. You'll write a letter of apology to the students and faculty at once. And I'll be reporting this to the chairwoman of the school board. Make no mistake. Good gracious, no, anything but that, I implore you. Everybody's healed. 2 faints. How embarrassing. We're not done, though? Where's Cassiopeia? Time needs to remove that stick. Maybe it's in the school battleground? Schoolyard. I wonder who it is. Could it be the other interesting looking character that hasn't done anything? Chrono. Chrono. I wonder who this is. Thanks for coming. The smirk. Heh, this must be quite a shock for you. The big boss, Cassiopeia, they were both me all along. When I saw you make quick work of those Team Star lackeys outside the school that time, the idea for Operation Starfall suddenly came to me. My skills let me get hold of as much LP as I want, so I decided to use that to tempt you into helping me out. After the operation started, I kept an eye on you as a member of the supply unit, and I had you battle the bosses on my behalf. All for the goal of defeating me and putting an end to Team Star once and for all. But still, there's a part of me that wants Team Star to live on. I can't just roll over and let you win without putting up a fight. This is the final showdown. Are you ready? Still lagging like a motherfucker over here, but you're for an incredible team. I'm ready! Thanks. Sorry to keep you. The letter of apology mistime had me... preparations took longer than expected. That voice, are you Clive? Penny, so it was you after... no, is that you, Cassiopeia? In the flesh, I've a task to ask for you. I've a task for you, Clive, if you'll accept it. I want you to record what happens next, so I can send the video to Team Star. They need to see the outcome of this battle for themselves. Okay, will do. Then allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm the big boss of Team Star. The name's Cassiopeia. No, Penny. Now bow down before the overwhelming might of Team Star's founder. Umbreon. I won't hold back in this battle. I'll stay true to Team Star's code. $62, huh? Hopefully I don't miss. Oh, didn't miss, but still. Crit, even. Nice. Won't work on me. Let's play it safe. Ooh. Leafeon. Ah, I see it's an Eevee team. Should have guessed. Music bumping. Bitter Blade! Oh wait, no. Baby Doll Eyes. No! My attack! It fell! Oof. I'm just gonna switch out after this. Vaporeon. Did you know? That Vaporeon's weak to grass? Stop with the baby doll eyes. In fact, it doesn't affect me. Flareon. I'm not making this mistake again. Earthquake! Stop with the baby doll eyes! Still stronger than I needed to be. Jolteon. Oh. Wonder if I'll outspeed a Jolteon. Sylveon. It's just pure fairy, I think. Well, Dio gets a chance to come back. Rise from the grave. There's a thing I saw someone made where someone got so tired of 4chan that they unwaifu'd the Pokemon. God damn it. I can't fault you on your battle skills at all. No wonder the bosses fell at your hands. You gonna terrasilize? Of course they will. Poison jab. Pure poison. Time to terrasilize! Shine bright like the starry sky and become who you really want to be! Gotti. Nice. It's all over now. 15,000 Pokebucks. It's finally over, guys. It's done. We're done here. I think we should call it quits. Hold up. Are you saying we should break up the team? You gotta be joking. We got carried away with Operation Star. Now everything's gotten out of hand. Yeah, well, that happens when you round up a bunch of bullies in the courtyard and make a show of learning them some manners. But we didn't even fight them in the end. We didn't do nothing wrong. Indeed, merely did we declare our intention to battle tooth and nail should the villains persist in their tyrannous oppression. 'Twas a bloodless victory, we assure you. Yeah, they didn't even send out their Pokemon. What was the voice I gave him? They didn't even send out their Pokemon. They just blubbered and apologized a whole lot. Our outfits must have spooked them good. But the bullies made a huge stink about what went down. And when they all ended up leaving the academy, our plan backfired epically. There's no way we're getting off scot-free. I guess you're right. This little stunt might have put us up the creek. I'll fix this mess on my end. Just leave it to me. What are you saying? I'm the one who started Team Star. I dragged you into all this. So I'll take responsibility for everything. Oh, noble and kind Big Boss, you cannot... Now that the bullies are gone, you guys should start going to school again. Oh yeah, and what about you? I can't go back. Why? There's no reason for you to stay shut in your room anymore, right? All I can say to you guys is thanks. Even though we never met in person, you were all so kind to me. Stop right there, BB! Why are you talking like we'll never speak again? I need to go take care of some things. Prithee, speak to us! What is thine intent? Hey, Big Boss, answer us! They were all online friends. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for everything. Yeah, they were all bullied at school, but Penny was specifically, had holed up in a room because she was bullied so hard, I guess. Thanks for everything, Chrono, and you too, Clive. I'm glad I could see this through to the end. I guess this is it for Team Star, and me too. Hold that thought, Miss... Penny. I'd like to check something with you first. Check what? Why resort to something like Operation Starfall if you're the big boss of Team Star? Wasn't there any other way to handle this? I tried telling the bosses that we were done once before, but they still didn't quit. Why not simply order them to? The code states that no one in the team has the right to order people around. I could ask them all to do stuff, but I could never order them. So it's back to the code once again. The bosses must have taken it very seriously. They did. That's why I knew I could use it to force the Team Star to disband. Because the bosses would do anything the code required of them, even leave the team? Yes, and according to the code, they had to accept any challenge made to them. That's the idea for Operation Starfall. Cassiopeia, let me ask you one last thing. What does Team Star... No, what do your friends in the team mean to you? They're my greatest treasure. Splendid. Thank you for apprising me of the situation, Miss Penny. What? Now, young lady, there's something I should very much like to discuss with you. Hey, quit it with the old geezer act, Clive. You're creeping me out. Indeed, well then, before we talk further, allow me to reveal to you my own secret identity. Ha-ha! Director Clavel! Just as Cassiopeia was your disguise, the boy you knew as Clive was mine. But why? I needed a way to talk to Team Star on equal terms. Students do tend to shy from speaking their mind to the teachers, after all. Much more so when faced with the director of the academy. Yeah, but where do I even start? Wasn't the outfit a bit much? Plus, I have some big feelings about that wig. Well, that's enough of that for now. Everyone, why don't you come on out? This is very cheesy. Huh? We got mocap. Yo, big boss. Long time no see. Momo. More like long time no meet, right? I mean, we only found out your real name just now. Melly. Verily is thy long hidden countenance a sight for sore eyes, my lady. Atticus. So, I heard your real name's Penny. How have you been this whole time? Orty. We found you at last. You've no idea how worried we've been. Eri. Okay, gang. On the count of 3. 1, 2, hasta la vista, Cassiopeia, and hello, Penny. Now then, Miss Penny, and each of you young bosses as well. I want to punch the parents who named them. On behalf of the Academy, I have something I would like to say to Team Star. You all have my sincerest apologies. Come again? As director of the Academy, I let you down. My handling of your situation was a dismal failure. What? I still don't... I mean, why? You all told me about your reasons for forming Team Star and about your subsequent actions. Ever since my days as director, first days, all I've ever experienced of the Academy is an environment blessedly free from bullying. But I now know this peace was built on the backs of your hurt and anger, and of course your immense courage in putting things to right. And so I'll get straight to the conclusion. Group, not ground? Did I say ground instead of group? The Academy's order for Team Star to disband, and my threat to expel those who did not obey, are hereby revoked. Does that mean what I think it means? Indeed, Team Star can continue to exist, should that be your wish. Woohoo! Penny, isn't this great? Now we can all stay together! Oh, mine heart is giddy with glee. But I betrayed all of you. You mean Operation Starfall? Director Clavel told us about it. All about it. Far as we heard, you only went through it to save us from getting expelled. You were just worried about us, right? Not like we'd ever chuck the team just because someone told us to, after all. Ain't our style. Oh, you're spelling. Gotcha. Mom was so sweet and relatable. Someone who had an online friend group for a long time. Gotcha. Someone who has online friends and constantly has their parents say, those aren't real friends. I sympathize with you. Yeah. For sure, I met Sapphire online. And we live together now. Ain't our style. I cannot even begin to imagine how you must have feared for us, Lady Penny. Sorry for making you worry, BB. We're all okay now. But even so... Hold on, everyone. I have more to say. As previously stated, the requirement for Team Star to disband has been revoked. However, there are still some unsettled matters to discuss. Allow me to provide a few examples. Your protracted truancy, your brazen customization of school uniforms, your unauthorized usage of Academy equipment, your reckless modification and jeopardous driving of Pokemon-powered vehicles. Need I go on? Your flagrant disregard for school rules cannot simply be overlooked. Thus, as punishment, you will all be required to engage in community service. Community service? Yes, specifically I will be asking you to manage the STCs. And that stands for the Star Training Centers. They shall be facilities for cultivating Pokemon trainers' talents. I plan for the Academy to found them in collaboration with the Pokemon League. The idea came to me when I saw Miss Chrono battling her way through your bases. The base's construction, as well as the battle tactics employed by the students of Team Star, were remarkably unique and creative. I would ask that you continue your team activities, but henceforth as STC staff members, using your former bases as training facilities. And that is the sum of it. Does anyone have any concerns? No, it sounds like fun, so I don't see how this would be anything but a win-win. This may be a weird thing to say since the STCs are supposed to be a punishment and all, but you should totally join in too, Penny. 'Tis true. We would most happily have you at our sides, my lady. We can go to school together too. That way, if anything happens, we'll be there to protect you. We were already talking about how great it'd be to have both Team Star and school in our lives. This would be a sweet deal for us. So what do you say? You guys. Chrono, what do you think? I think it sounds great. Huh? But, I just... No need to give you a response right this moment, Miss Penny. Do take some time to decide. For now, at least, I think our little group should go their separate ways. Not to say that you should break up Team Star after all. I simply mean it is time to leave. I realize Momo has the upturned sideburns from DRG. Let's see, yeah, that is one of the hairstyles. Miss Chrono, please stop by my office later if you would. Nice. Where do I want to go? The director's office. So here's a question if you're still here, Sapphire. When does all the classes unlock, do you know? When do all the classes unlock? Is it after the Pokemon League, or are they available right now? Here you are, Miss Chrono. I wanted to thank you all for your hard work in resolving the situation with Team Star. If not for you, I suspect I would have done the team a grievous injustice in my choice of punishment for their actions. You have my sincere gratitude. Who is it? It's Penny. Miss Penny, do come in. Hello, Director. About the STCs, I'd like to work on them together with the rest of Team Star. That's wonderful news. Thank you very much for your favorable response. But, I think I should be punished more heavily than the others, I think. Why so? Because of Operation Starfall? No, not that. Because of the other really bad thing I did. And what would that be? You know, the LP I gave you both in exchange for helping me with Operation Starfall? I got hold of it sort of illegally by hacking the Pokemon League's LP management system. I see. That is quite the revelation. I did not think such a thing was even possible in the first place. It wasn't all that I mean, I'm really sorry and I won't do it again. This matter is rather out of my jurisdiction, I'm afraid. I'll have to consult Ms. Gita, the Pokemon League chairwoman, on how best to proceed. I almost can't hear you speak due to lag, but I happen to hear you. All classes should be unlocked already, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I can do that right after this then. I figured as much. I do apologize, Miss Chrono, but I will have to ask you to give us some privacy. Boo, 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 boo. Alright, so I guess that's it. Everything grayed out. Oh, it doesn't like go back and forth because I've done it all. Nice. So now, there's going to the lighthouse to finish the Titan Pokemon thing, and then there's going to the Pokemon League. But first, we're in school. Let's check the stuff out. Oh, hey. It's time. Oh my, if it isn't Chrono. Please forgive me if this is an odd question. Were you perhaps watching me from afar just now? I just got here. Yes, I suppose you wouldn't have been doing something like that. I'm sorry. You see, oh, how should I put this? Recently, there have been times when I feel as if I'm being watched. Not by a Pokemon, mind you, but by a person. I thought it might be a ghost, so I tried asking my sister for help. She said it most likely isn't one. She's good with ghost-type Pokemon, you know. Oh, is your sister the rapper? Perhaps one of my students is quietly watching me, waiting for a chance to ask me a question. Maybe? Goodness, if that wasn't an intense gaze I felt. If you notice someone with a sort of fire in their eyes, come tell me, won't you? If they're too shy to come mask themselves, then I'll go to them. You became even closer with them since the first time. It doesn't lag on audio only. Yeah, audio only is the only way I can watch Twitch VODs. Or streams in general. Any sort of video, even on the lowest possible setting, doesn't work. The rapper is his sister? Yeah, I figured. Yeah, Twitch Mobile sucks. Speaking of sucks, the fact that, what's-his-face said, "This sucks!" surprised me. I wasn't thinking I was going to see that in a Pokemon game. Is there a student from afar looking at her? Not in an obvious way. It's weird though, I've never had such bad lag like this up until recently. Could it be these birds? This bird's looking right at her. What are you doing in here? Yeah, Pokemon are allowed here. Other streams don't have this problem either. Really? You tested a couple streams and it's only with mine, huh? That's interesting. By the way, I saw a thing about Nintendo flagging the ability to pull Kilroy as a Pokemon name. Put Kilroy as a Pokemon name? Why? Oh, I can only change the nickname once. I better be happy with Dio, huh? Kilroy? It's a whole thing about them not allowing certain things in the name, and it goes back to Cofagrigus. Oh, yeah. So let's see here. What sets it off? Can I put kill? Yeah, they just don't want you to have kill in the name. It's not Kilroy specifically, it's just the word kill. Which I figured. But I guess if that's somebody's name. Can I? Let's see if I can get around that somehow. Right? There's got to be a way. So let's say my name was Kilroy and I really, really wanted to put that name in. That's about the best I could do. It all goes back to understanding contact, which Nintendo clearly does not. That'd be the best thing I could do. You put a lowercase L instead of an uppercase I. It looks a little weird, but that'd be what I would probably go with. If you wanted to have a life hack on how to put a illegal name into Pokemon, they can't block everything, right? Let's see here. Art room. It's this guy. Why, if it isn't Chrono? I have a question for you. Do you find my class difficult? It's just right for me. That is certainly good to hear. So, Chrono, you chose to take on the gyms as part of your treasure hunt. That must mean you like Pokemon battles, is that correct? Yes. One naturally becomes skilled at doing what they enjoy. That must be why you're so strong. Ah, do forgive me for springing such an odd question upon you so suddenly. I often find myself pondering the nature of strength these days. Anyway, thank you for your input, Chrono. You became slightly closer with the hassle. Give me a second. Was there anybody else in here? My muck. I tried washing my muck at a picnic and it seemed to hate it. Porque? Porque? Home ec. Hey, what are you doing in here? Us, new kid! Fancy meeting you in the home economics classroom. What a coincidence, eh? Likewise. So, well, you see, my hair's jittering and I don't know how to stop it. Miss Dendra tells me she's here for an intensive training in sandwich making. Well, no use hiding it now. Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. Were you keeping this a secret? Well, I mean, not really, but it just doesn't look very cool to openly admit I'm here for intensive training, you know? Understood. I'll be more careful in the future. Well, new kid, now that you know what I'm up to, I guess you'll just have to help me out with my training here. Try this sandwich. It's the result of my training so far. Miss Dendra's sandwich was soggy and hard to eat, and once again, the taste left much to be desired. That was my meat lover's prosciutto, bacon, and chorizo sandwich. Oh, wait, that was my meat lover's prosciutto, bacon, chorizo sandwich. How was it? It was a little meat heavy. It could have used more veggies. What? You mean there was a problem with my choice of filling? I guess focusing on muscle-building ingredients really did a number on the flavor, huh? Miss Dendra, I believe a simple addition of butter would have done wonders for your sandwich. Butter helps to protect the bread from getting soggy due to the moisture of the ingredients. It can also work to enhance the sandwich's flavor. Butter, that makes sense. Thank you for teaching me that tip, Mr. Saguaro. But why didn't you tell me that while I was making the sandwich? Well, you see, when I saw you, I had to not realize you'd begun your food prep. I thought you were simply trying to destroy my classroom. Well, anyway. No, kid, thanks to you and Mr. Saguaro here, I may finally be getting the hang of this. Thanks for your advice. I became even closer with Miss Dendra. Well, you see, my hair keeps jittering, and I'm starting to think it's gaining a life of its own. Oh, this new kid must sure are great, don't you think? Yes. Cafeteria? That wasn't there before. Well, Miss Chrono of Class 1A, it's been some time since we last met. 2 minutes. Not even. Are you here to eat as well? Yep, I'm starving. I just kind of wandered in. Drawn in by the irresistible aromas, I imagine. I myself am here to survey the student cafeteria, let's say. I'm observing the nutritional content of the food that our students partake of on a regular basis. One item on the menu here that I'm particularly interested in is the peanut butter sandwich. It's sweet and quite delicious. Yes, perhaps I will order one right now. Oh look, it's Mr. Saguaro. He's so fashionable and cool. I guess the teachers come to the cafeteria too, huh? Do you think he'll have an egg sandwich? No way, if he gets anything here, it'll definitely be something spicy like a 5-alarm sandwich. Ah, he's so cool. He'll definitely get that wild and spicy 5-alarm sandwich. Saguaro's very... Though I'm only on so I don't see him. Yes, he's very attractive. Could I have a 5-alarm sandwich? I do enjoy the thrill of spicy food. But Mr. Saguaro, what about... No, have a peanut butter sandwich! Oh. Yes, you suggested I have a peanut butter sandwich, Miss Chrono. I suppose I shall have to try one if you insist. Saved him. Saved the cool factor. That was close. I almost forced myself to order something spicy, my least favorite of flavors. I thank you for restraining me, Miss Chrono. It seems that the students tend to view me as a fashionable and cool, or even, dare I say it, exuding a sort of brooding strength. I have a habit of acting in such a way so as not to destroy their image of me. I showed my true colors to you just now without thinking. Please keep this a secret between us. Getting close with the teachers. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the staff room. Go everywhere the students aren't allowed. You? Maybe? There we go. Oh, Chrono. Did you come all the way here to the staff room just to see me? All the way here? It seems I've finally made it into the hearts of my students. That makes me très happy. After all, like I said in class, communication is very important. If there's anything you're confused about in class, or if you're having trouble here at the academy, you can always come here and tell me, Ton ami Salvatore, your friend, Salvatore that is. Wah! You became slightly closer with Mr. Salvatore. You're quite the interesting pupil, Chrono. Rhyfor, please. Hello, Chrono. Feel free to come ask me questions anytime. Rhyfor was much more interested in me when I said I was into older things. Oh, the nurse. Jeez, Mommy. Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. Oh, Chrono, I'm glad you're here. I have some good news, but you're not going to believe this, but I passed the health teacher certification exam. Congratulations! Thank you so much. I saw you pushing yourself real hard with your treasure hunt, and that really inspired me. So is the nurse. All the teachers are hot. Of course, most of the credits for my success goes to my own hard work, though. Thanks for giving me the push I needed to try again, Chrono. 10 max revives, thank you. But they tell me there's no room to add new classes this year. So I guess I'll keep being a Nurse Miriam for a bit. Just you wait, though. I'll be standing in front of a class at this academy before you know it. Then I'll teach you all you need to know about health. How the body works. I bet I'll make a great teacher. I can't wait to see you in my class. You formed a close bond with Nurse Miriam. Home ec, nurse, history teacher, and language teacher. Oh my, so damn fine. What the fuck? Oh, hey, Chrono. Don't work too hard out there. Rest is important, too. Ooh, schoolyard. We got a double event here, I think. Mr. Hassel, what are you doing here? Hello there, Chrono. I try to visit the schoolyard from time to time. It's good to see young ones with so much energy and vigor. You think so? Oh yes, indeed. Just watching is enough to make even an old man like me feel more alive. Master Hassel, might I have a word? What are you doing here? I've told you many times not to bother me here at the academy. Yet I am bound to come. Our family's future is of paramount importance. It was good speaking with you, Chrono. Something important has come up, so I must excuse myself now. We became even closer with Mr. Hassel. Let us discuss this matter elsewhere. Come. Chrono, I'm in a bit of a pinch. Take a look at this! This Palmy really doesn't seem to be feeling well. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. What should I do? What should I do? Just stay calm. Oh right, I could use a potion. Do you have any on you? Yeah, I've got a lot. Hassel is a hero. He's got to have some, like, dragon gym leader blood or something like that. This'll fix you right up, my friend. Potion power, go! Whew, this seems to have done the trick in just the nick of time. But this Palmy doesn't appear to belong to a trainer. Could a wild Pokemon have wandered on the academy grounds? Still, I can't just leave it here without anyone to make sure it's okay. It's decided then. I, Salvatore, will just have to lend all of the helping hands I have to take care of Palmy in this touch-and-go situation. Merci very much for your advice, Chrono. Even closer. Adios, au revoir, farewell. I did what again? This is the gym teacher. Have another. Is this another Pokeball on the fucking field? Oh my god. I got to guess he kept using Gibble, so it was kind of obvious, but damn it. They also approached him. It was a dragon trainer saying that his family or something like that. I don't know. Oh, this new kid must have sure are great, don't you think? Yes. Is that it? Alright, so we'll go to the entrance hall and I guess do the other classes? Ba-da-da. Let's save real quick, just in case it happens. Let's see here. I guess we're going into the 4th class for everything. You'd like biology with Mr. Jock? Yes. Whack, whack. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. You all did really great in the midterm exam. Thanks for answering my little question at the end, too. I'll be sure to keep your responses in mind. Alright, we'll now be heading into the last half of our classes together. It's time for our knowledge to evolve and grow, just like our Pokemon. Evolution, yep. Haha, evolution. Today we're going to learn about the fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolution. As your Pokemon battle and level up, they learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they've leveled up enough, their appearances change, and their stats increase, sometimes by a lot. That's Pokemon evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon in their adorable pre-evolved states. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button when your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me if you already know. To cancel the evolution, press the B button. That's right, everyone. B for best answer. The button you want to press when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is the B button. If you press this button soon after a Pokemon begins to evolve, you can stop it from changing. You can also let the Pokemon hold an item known as the Everstone to keep it from evolving. And keep in mind that the requirements for evolution differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. Some may evolve by having a certain item, such as a Firestone or Thunderstone used on them. Others may have a specific move or defeat a specific Pokemon in battle to evolve. The way Primeape evolves into Annihilape is especially strange. You see, there's a certain move that... Whoops, sorry, looks like we're out of time. I guess we'll have to end the class there today. Thank you all so much for your attention. We'll just do biology again. Yes. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. But before we get going, do you all remember the final question from our midterm exam? Well, Director Clavel found out about it somehow, and I got yelled at. Whoops. He's got a sourpuss. His face actually looks like the belly bolt. Apparently, he could tell I was hiding something just by looking at me. He must have noticed all the color flush right out of my face. Haha. Speaking of color, today I'd like to teach you all about colors as they pertain to Pokemon. Some Pokemon have slightly different coloration or patterning on their bodies based on their gender or individual differences. In very rare cases, a Pokemon may have wildly different coloration, just different coloration compared to others of the same species. We call these specimens shiny Pokemon. It is quite rare to cross paths with one. Does anyone know what the likelihood of finding a shiny Pokemon is? 1 in 4,000. Wow, that's right. You may have the makings of a Pokemon Professor Chrono. I have 2 shiny Pokemon on me right now. You what? Shiny Pokemon appear at a rate of 1 in 4,000. Isn't that amazing? I actually have a 3rd one in the box. What was that? The probability of encountering one in the wild is the same as hatching one from an egg, too. Eggs from a pair of Pokemon raised around differing languages are a special case. There is a higher than average chance that a shiny Pokemon will hatch from one of these eggs. But we haven't been able to figure out why that is just yet. I've also heard rumors of a charm that increases your likelihood of finding shiny Pokemon when you have it in your bag. Can you believe that? This claim can't be scientifically verified, but it sure would be fun if it were true. Oops, there's the bell. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Hold up. Biology 6, yeah. Class stream! Hello, I hope everyone's ready to learn something today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this class will be Pokemon forms. You can just think of forms as the shapes of or appearances Pokemon have. There's also a phenomenon called a form change, where Pokemon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclizar, for example, which we regularly ride on as transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. First is its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second is its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there's its ride form, where it inflates the throat sac and its tail so we can ride on its back. Then we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. Yep, I'm talking about your phones. Some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Does anyone know the Pokemon I'm referring to? It's a Pikachu! You're a regular expert at Pokemon and technology, aren't you, Chrono? The Pokemon inside your smartphones is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. A Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and other electronic appliances. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change form do so simply by holding an item or having one used on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon may even change type or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that Pokemon can return to its original form. And unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you can see. We can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? A bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the Academy to the fullest and change form into a new version of yourselves. Or something like that anyway. Oh, I almost forgot! Regional forms, which vary based on what region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They're an innate... Whoops, there's the bell. I guess I was scatterbrained. Mr. Jacques right up to the very end, huh? I had a great time teaching all of you. I hope you'll do your best on the final exam. Should we do his exam right now? While we got it fresh in our mind? Yeah, let's do it. Straight to the biology final. Yep. Class will begin shortly, don't be tardy. Hello everyone, today is our final exam. It will cover everything I've taught you so far, but I'm sure you'll all do just fine. Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. How many of the following 4 methods make it easier to catch a Pokemon? Inflicting paralysis, using a Poketoy, feeding it a berry, surprising it from behind. 2. I think it's just in paralysis and surprising it. True or false, you can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourselves or trading with other trainers. You can get new Pokemon only by... What? You can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourself or trading with other trainers. No, you can hatch them. So false. If a Pokemon is holding an Everstone, Using an item that induces evolution, such as a Firestone, would cause it to evolve. No. No, Everstone would prevent it. These are kind of difficult. What is the probability of running into a shiny Pokemon? 1 in 4,000. True or false? The Pokemon known as Oricorio has 3 forms. False, it's 4 forms. This question won't affect your grade. Do you have anything you would like to say about my class? I'm still getting used to this teaching thing, but I sure had fun as your teacher. Thank you for being our teacher. Keep teaching. You can do it. It was fun. It was fun. Okay, time's up, whether you like it or not. I hope everyone enjoyed tackling those questions. I stuck a little bonus question there right at the end again. Shh, our little secret. Don't tell the director. I'll grade these right away. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing how you did. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's take a look at your results. You must get 3 questions correct to pass the midterm exams, and 4 questions correct to pass the final exams. Let's see how you did on your biology test. You answered 5 out of 5 questions correctly. Hey, that's a passing score. Congratulations. Mr. Jacques asked us to give this reward to any students who pass the exam. Wow. 5 medium candies. Great. Keep doing your best. Math. Miss Time's math class. Hello everyone, well done on our midterm exam. Some of you earned perfect scores and others seem to have a bit of trouble, but I can tell that you all tried your best. I'm quite pleased to say that every last one of you passed. I can only assume that this means you have all come to love numbers. Stay sharp and try your best for the rest of my classes too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how the word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boosts. A Pokemon's stats can rise and fall through the course of battle, correct? For example, if a Pokemon uses the word move work up, its attack and special attack will rise by 1 stage each. And as you may know, each time a Pokemon's special attack or attack and special attack rise 1 stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. If that same Pokemon from our previous example were used to work up again, both its attack and its special attack will have risen by 2 stages total. This results in a 100% increase to damage dealt, making its moves twice as strong. Swords Dance, on the other hand, it boosts attack by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage right after a single use. Using Swords Dance twice would boost the Pokemon's attack stage by 4. How much more damage would this Pokemon deal? Quadruple damage. Ah yes, this question is a tricky one, isn't it? Just because it boosts the Pokemon's stat by 4 stages doesn't mean damage is quadrupled. Each stage that a Pokemon's attack or special attack is raised increases its damage by 50%. So being raised by 4 stages would result in a 4 times 50% or 200% increase. Oh, so double damage? No. 200% increase, that'd be triple damage. Base move is 100, adding 200%, you get the 300%. In words, triple damage, yeah. Type matchups, critical hit damage, and other factors all play into these calculations as well, so even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if its stat simply rose, that means it has gone up by 1 stage. If it rose sharply, that's 2 stages. And if it rose drastically, that's 3 stages. Just so you know, the X attack and X special attack items, which can only be used in battle, can be used to sharply boost those respective stats. Today's lesson was a little difficult, so be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again in the next class. Speaking of no wrinkle brains. Let's see if there's different dialogue. Triple damage. Wow, that's great. You answered this difficult question with ease. Yeah, ease. Stat. Yeah. Yeah, my mind was at what is 200%, but I guess that's only double damage. 300% would make it triple damage, 400% would make it quadruple damage. Math 5. Hello everyone, let's have a fun class today. Yeah, math is fun. Did you make sure to review last class material in order to stay sharp? I know it was a little difficult with all that talk of multiplication and percentages and the like, but today we'll be talking about percentages again to learn about probability. That may sound more like we're going to have another difficult class, but did you know that all of you are already deal with probability on a regular basis? I'm already yawning. Pokemon moves generally have a property called accuracy, which determines the probability that it will hit. The accuracy of tackle is 100, or 100%. So if you use tackle 100 times, you would expect to hit all 100 times. The move Hypnosis, which puts opponents to sleep, has an accuracy of 60, or 60%. That means you can expect it to hit 60 times out of 100 uses. To put that another way, out of 100 uses, you can expect to miss 40 times. Many of the truly powerful moves often tend to have lower accuracy. So when you're deciding whether to go slow and steady with moves that are sure to hit, or hard and fast with stronger moves with less accurate, you're already studying probability. Let me see here. Perhaps Surf and Hydro Pump would be good examples for this discussion. Surf has a power of 90, its accuracy is 100, meaning you can expect to hit every time. Hydro Pump's accuracy is 80, but when it hits, its power is 110. So between Surf and Hydro Pump, which move would you want to use yourselves? I mean, I'd use Surf. Personally. Oh my, I see it's slow and steady wins the race for you, Chrono. I may have made it sound like there was a correct answer here, but there's not. You're free to use any moves you wish. Factors like PP or number of targets hit may make some moves more suited to certain situations. However, trading accuracy for power or vice versa is purely a matter of preference. This Surf versus Hydro Pump debate has been ongoing for quite some time. Missing a move 1 in 5 times for 30 extra damage? I don't know. Personally, I'm more invested in debating the rock-type moves Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Let me tell you, I could really get worked up talking about those moves, but... Oh my, there's the bell. What a shame. Next class will be a last time together, so show up 100% ready to go. Math 6. Thank you, Gengar. Hello everyone, I hope we can have fun once again today for our last class together. Last time we learned about probability, using move accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class with 40 students, there is a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday? This is true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? But let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with probability again. I've been teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using damage examples like type matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the like. All these variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, did you know that there is an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move that shares the type with. If a Rock-type Pokemon uses the Rock-type move Stone Edge, the move's base power of 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Ground and Rock may seem like similar types, but if it's a Ground-type Pokemon uses Stone Edge, it remains 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers onto this little numerical increase, so it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question and see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon that shares a type with this move uses it, okay, 150, hits an opponent that it's weak to that type, okay, type advantage is double, so that's 300. What happens to that move's power? It becomes 300. You did that calculation all in your head? Well done, Chrono. First, using a move that shares a type with its user multiplies the move 1.5, making it 150. The fact that the opponent's weak to the move doubles the power from 150 to 300. The original power of the move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terastallizes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus it gets for using a move of that same type increases 1.5 to 2. Whoa. I didn't know that. So terastallizing gives you double stab damage. So it just doubles the move. Okay, so 100 would go to 200, and then super effective would go to 400. And then if you crit, that's another 50%. So it'd be 600? So a terastallized 100 move that's super effective that crit would be 600 damage if it was 100. It's pretty cray-cray. And then, if you had 6 boosts in attack, it's 50% each time, so that's 100, 100, 100. That's 300%. So that's triple damage on top of your 100. So quadruple damage. So quadruple times 2. It's 800. And then super effective, 1600. Critical, 2400. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what will really let you shine the most. Bear in mind that this is true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure would make me happy if you could take these words to heart. But I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice right from our first lesson. My apologies. And just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in the blink of an eye. It was so much fun to be able to teach you all the eager students about numbers. Numbers are fun. Next class will be our fun final exam. Be sure to review the material well in preparation. Math final, please. Here we go. All right, everyone, it's time for our final exam. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you as well as you answer. How many Great Balls could you purchase with 3,000 if each one cost 600? 5? That's just basic math, right? No trick question here? 5. If a Water-type move with a power of 100 lands a critical hit on a Grass-type Pokemon, what will the move's power be? Well, it's not very effective, but a crit. Not very effective would go to 50. but then it crit, so it gets an extra 50% added. 75. Under normal conditions, what percent chance does Stone Edge have to land a critical hit? I think it's 12. It's like the big boost. I think it was a big boost. If Pokemon uses Swords Dance twice to boost its attack by 4 stages, how much damage will its physical moves do? Triple. Yeah, we went over this. Triple damage. If a Rock-type Pokemon whose Terra type is Rock terastallizes, what will the power of its Rock-type moves be multiplied by? 2. 2 times, baby! Alright, everyone, time is up. Put your hands on your laps now! This test was the culmination of all I taught you, and I'm sure you all did just fine. Do go on and ask for your scores at the front desk, and then take a nice break. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's take a look at the results. 4 for midterms, or 3 for midterms, 4 for finals. 5 and 5. Thank you, Gengar. Here's a reward, 5 medium candies. Wow. Sure is worth going to school. History time. Ryfort. The Bay. Obsessed with denim, but it's fine. There's worse things to be obsessed with. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels that history has presented us with today. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been spectacularly derailed by my midterm. I suppose changing things up for fun and variety may be a good idea every now and again. Don't mind my hair. It just has a mind of its own. So allow me to tell you an old fairy tale that has been passed down in the Paldea for generations. Once upon a time, there was a king who very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day, a merchant from the east heard rumors of this king and came to meet him. The merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as follows: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. Don't ask me what kind of beads. Seeing such rarities before him, the king leaped for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. Aha, perfect timing to make eye contact, young Chrono. Answer me this. I said that one of the treasures was a set of tablets. What do you think these tablets were? Medicine that you chew. Handheld electronic devices. Wooden planks for writing on? It's gotta be the wooden planks. It wouldn't be chewable medicine. It wouldn't be an electronic device. Wooden planks. Correct, your daily pursuit of knowledge serves you well. These particular tablets were wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. For the king to consider these paper substitute treasures, they must have been of superb quality. That, or perhaps they had some amazingly profound teachings written on them. So the king obtained these 4 treasures, and on that very night, it is said that a terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by dawn. My hair's going fucking nuts. Oh, is that the time already? I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson. If you're interested in how the story ends, you may come see me outside of class hours. Yes, ma'am. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. History 5. Ah! He was about to make another noise. Greetings, my little student. Whatever you did yesterday is now part of history. Today we'll continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. I trust that you all remember our lesson before the midterm exam, concerning the great crater of Paldea and its interior, Area Zero. Excuse me. This mysterious crater captured the imaginations of many, including the former Paldean emperor. 200 years ago, a group of explorers claimed to have finally reached its depths. The name of the area that achieved this great... The name of the team that achieved this great feat was the Area Zero Expedition. The team is said to have been made up of Paldea's best and brightest. Skilled battlers, brilliant researchers, talented individuals of all kinds. Among the list of team members was the name of a man who was an author and brilliant natural historian, Heath. After returning from the expedition to Area Zero, he used his literary talent to record the events of the expedition and publish them. Aha, perfect timing to make eye contact, young Chrono. This is why you don't look at teachers. Let's see if you were paying attention. What was the name of the team that first made it to the deepest reaches of the Great Crater? The Area Zero Expedition. Correct. To pick up on and remember a term I simply slipped into the flow of the lecture. You really are quite the clever one. The correct name for this team was the Area Zero Expedition. A record of their activities written by the expedition member Heath can be found in bookstores and like even today. And the like. This record is now known as the Violet Book. At the time, the entire region of Paldea was absolutely buzzing about Area Zero. The Violet Book was so popular that practically everyone had a copy. However, the book itself was full of fantastical descriptions and illustrations of things that could never be thought of as real. The masses began to call Heath a liar. Even the truth of the expedition making it to the bottom of the crater was called into question. The Violet Book was condemned to the shelves of used bookstores as just another book of wild paranormal stories. She thinks I'm making eye contact, but I am not, I assure you. My boobs are down here as I make eye contact. There's a copy on one of the bookshelves in the ground floor of the entrance hall. Yeah, I read that on day one. You did? My God, you're so attractive. Feel free to have a read if you're interested. That time already? I must have gotten you swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. Since today's lesson, never more enigmas. History 6. Yes. Nice. Don't lick your lips at me, Gengar. Do the noise. Do the noise. Stop licking the air. Do the noise. Come on. Just a come on. There it is. My God, you're so out. Nearly had you rolling. Don't mean to disrupt you at work. Sitting here counting money, losing my shit. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now part of history. Today's our last class, so I'd like to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? The last 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably toward the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse? I think it would. So you agree with me, do you, Chrono? However, I'm afraid I risk incurring the wrath of our dear director if I stray from the curriculum. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In the last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind Terra Orbs has its origins in Area Zero. Even after Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore that area. And around 140 years ago, Pokemon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, these were in fact terrestrialized Pokemon. However, when those who discovered these Pokemon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded and the terrestrial phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be present day, a certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Chrono. Answer me this. What's the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Turo. Correct. To think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question. You might be very diligent in your studies, Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Turo unraveled the mystery of terrestrial phenomenon. He discovered that shining crystals down in Area Zero, or rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terrestrialize. This led the Pokemon professor to invent Terra Orb technology and develop a practical use for it. This technology was then shared with both the Pokemon League and our Academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Alas, the story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? This ends my history classes. Our next session will be our final exam. Final exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. I think she'd be a perfect professor to be like a vampire. History final. She would love to live forever and just be part of history. Yep. Miss Ryford. A vampire. I'd let her bite me. Greetings, my little student. It's time for our final examination. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your minds and answer the questions. What is the area within the Great Crater of Paldea called? The crater area? Area Zero. How many years ago was the Academy founded? I think it was 805. It's been a week or two. Which of these did not appear in the Paldean fairy tale about the four treasures? The folding fan. I remember vessel, tablets, beads, and something else, but it was not a folding fan. Which Area Zero expedition member wrote the record of the team's activities? It would be Heath. Leaf. Thief! How many years ago did Professor Turo invent Terra Orbs? That was 10 years ago. Ugh, 10 years ago. Might as well have been present. Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. You must excuse that last question. It is too shallow and ridiculous to be on a history test. But alas, the director forced me to include it. So ends our final examination. You may ask for your scores at the school front desk. She's like, I didn't even want to tell you about stuff that happened 10 years ago. It's not long enough. It's not important. Because it didn't happen more than 10 years ago. What'd I get? 5 out of 5. Thank you. Wow, 5 experience candies. Ah! Languages. Mr. Salvatore. Mamma mia. How did you like the midterm exam? You all did really great. We're halfway there, and now time for another lesson. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Oui. Très bon response. Great answer. Merci, my friends. I knew I could count on you, stars. Leading up to the midterm, we learned all sorts of words from different regions. Starting today, though, I'll be throwing a curveball, for we begin listening comprehension. Vasi, go for it, my assistant. Pikachu. Pikachu. As you just heard, Pokemon can also use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meaning, just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food, or whether there may be predators nearby. The same Pokemon's cries may sound different depending on what it wants to say. I'm sure you're all curious, so aujourd'hui today. That is, let's learn some Pokemon language. Je t'aime prie, if you would be so kind, Pikachu. Pika! What emotion do you suppose Pikachu is trying to convey just now? Say it again, Pikachu! Say it again. Happiness? Sorry, that's not right. Pokemon language is hard, isn't it? I don't fucking know. When Pikachu says, Piga, it's using its angry voice. That's right. I have my little Pikachu friend here pretend to be angry for us. Don't you think you did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. Same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in many different ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and physical condition. Try listening more carefully to Pokemon. You might gain a deeper understanding of them. That being said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some actually don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic or ultrasonic waves. Some even use telepathy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while watching them during picnics, they'll get mad at you like Pikachu just demonstrated. Well, adios, matane! À la prochaine. See you later, everyone. Matane! I don't own a Pikachu. I haven't messed with a Pikachu since fucking Pokemon Yellow. Except, no, I had a Raichu. I had a Alolan Raichu in Sun and Moon. But I don't know what an angry Pikachu sounds like. Not unless there's a voice actor involved. Not those fucking blips and bloops. Hope that's not on the test. Unless it's the same noise. My dear friends, how are you all today? I hope you're doing marvelously well. It's time for another Salvatore's language lesson. Mr. Professor, are you ready? Oui. I would expect no less from my excellent friends. Even your replies to my questions are excellent. As you agree, today we will once again be focusing on listening. I say go for it, my assistant Pikachu! Pikachu! As you may remember from our last class, the same Pokemon cries may sound different depending on what it wants to say. Today, that is, we will be learning more about the language used by Pokemon. Alright. Alright. That sounds a little bleak, doesn't it? Its voice seems a little lower pitched, too. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? He said... bleak. It sounds a little bleak, doesn't it? Should I believe him? Still remember in Pokemon Yellow how they put in a low chance of pissing Pikachu off enough to electrocute your sprite. It would white out the screen for 2 seconds. I don't remember that. I'll believe the teacher and say sadness? Ding ding ding, that's right, Chrono Fantastique. When Pikachu says... it's expressing sadness. Kind of makes you want to cry, doesn't it? That's right, I had my little Pikachu cry as if it was crying. Haha, funny joke, right? Don't you think it did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you hear one of your Pokemon making sad noises like this one, you should treat them with even more kindness than usual. Well, you probably already knew that, though. A piece of cake for you all, I'm sure. Of course, this goes for your classmates and others as well. Friends should support each other in times of sadness. I truly hope that you all have smiles on your faces all the time, my friends. Our prochaine cours, next lesson, that is, will be our final lesson together. I hope you're ready for... give me just 1 second. Yeah, so that works. My phone is able to translate that first part of the sentence, and yes, it says next. Our next course, next lesson, will be for our final lesson together. I hope you're ready for the climactic finale. Adios, matane! Final exam? Or no? It's last class. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Shubba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-da-ba. Shubba-doo-doo-ba-da-boo. My dear friends, how are all of you today? It's time for the last of Salvatore's language lessons. Etofo Pretz, are you ready? Oui! What a response! Fantastique! Great answer that it is! Perfect for our last class together, I love it! And Adravor, today, we will once again be having a listening lesson. Fassi, go for it, my assistant Pikachu! Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend. For our last listening class, tell everyone how you're feeling right now. Ooh, can you feel that? That's one contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice. Say it again! Pain? Surprise? Oh my, did Pikachu sound surprised to you? I don't know what the fuck it sounded like. When Pikachu says... it's expressing happiness. Doesn't it make you just want to break out into a happy dance? I guess he said contagious. But I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no, I simply asked to show you how it felt about getting to have a class with you. Getting to meet so many new friends and study together in a class with you. It's made me both me and my little Pikachu so very happy. And now, apropos of nothing, as you live your lives, I'm sure you'll have all times when you get mad or sad, maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a veritable roller coaster. But à la fin, in the end, that is, there is surely happiness waiting for you. So gardez la soirée. Keep a smile on your face, even in the hardest of times. Cha! Cha! When you're faced with a problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on. Be it a teacher, your family, your friends, anyone. Our prochain course, next lesson, will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we learned. Matane. Those Pikachu sounds are gonna be on the fucking test, aren't they? I don't know how they're gonna do that. Give me a Gengar test. Oh, Pikachu's there. Aujourd'hui, today we will take our final exam. Détends-toi, relax. That is, and do your best. Etofo Pretz, are you ready? Let's begin. Which of the following words means delicious? Delicio. What do these two foreign phrases mean? Jetaim, ikleg dik. I think it's I love you. Iklieb dik. I love you. Biga. Okay, I remember that one being that was anger. That was anger. And that was the last one, so that was happiness. Okay. What is your beloved teacher's name? That's the one question I get wrong. I want to get it wrong. It's Salvatore. C'est fini. Time is up. Post vos stylos. Put down your pens, that is. The penis mightier. I assume the obligatory dernier question, last question, that is, gave you no trouble. I'm sure you all did great. Bravo, my friends. You can get your scores at the school's front desk. Alright, what's the results? Did I pass the Pikachu test? 5 out of 5, alright. Wow, 5 candies. 5 medium fucking candies. So great. Battle studies, please. Fuck me, this is taking as long as an actual day of school. Another day, another round of battle study. Us! Let's get right to it. Oh! You all gave everything you had in the midterm exams. Well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Have you all been using the R button to send out your Pokemon? If you do, your Pokemon will run off in the direction you're facing. It's a super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you, and that's not all. If there's a wild Pokemon near where you sent your Pokemon, they'll start battling each other. We call those battles auto battles. Just as the name implies, your Pokemon will act on its own during auto battles, meaning you won't have to give it any commands. And if your Pokemon wins, it'll gain experience points, just like it would in a regular battle. If you make good use of these battles, they can be a really efficient way to train your party. But you'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn new moves right away if they level up from an auto battle. Also, if a Pokemon loses an auto battle, it'll come back with just a small amount of HP left. Make sure to heal it up right away. Whoops, I just about did the whole class as a one-sided lecture. Did anyone have any questions so far? No questions here. Great, you're all really good at this. I can't wait to see where you go from here. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out of their battling for us. They're trainers. Keep an eye on them as much as possible, and if it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. Also, this goes without saying, but Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battles as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles, so don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we run out of time, as usual. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Battle studies. Yes. Come on. Another day, another round of battle study. Oh! Let's get right to it. I hope you gave auto battles a shot like we talked about last class. Making good use of auto battles will let you train up a bunch of different Pokemon. It's also an efficient way to gather the Pokemon materials you need for making TMs at TM machines. Speaking of which, have you all been using the TM machines? I sure hope so, because it's pop quiz time. To create TMs, you need Pokemon materials and one other thing. Anyone remember what that is? LP. Looks like you've already used you're already a TM Machine Pro, new kid. The correct answer is League Points, or LP for short. You can give LP and Pokemon materials to a TM machine to create TMs, but that's not all. You can also exchange Pokemon materials at a TM machine to get LP. Okay. I recently heard about some shady individuals getting LP illegally using a technique called hacking, or something like that. Uh-oh. I don't want any of you getting involved in stuff like that, you got it? Anyway, you can also add TMs that you want to make to your watch list. This will let you keep an eye on what materials you need to gather. In conclusion, in order to make TMs, you need Pokemon materials. If you want to get hold of lots of materials, you have to battle all kinds of Pokemon. Ah, man, I was about to suggest battling, but we never had the time. Class is over. Take care, you little rascals. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Fuck, man, these classes take forever. Oh, this is our last class, but don't get those energy levels drop. Don't let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up. You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know what I have much left to teach you, but we can always aim for greater heights. So today I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. And if you're playing in a group of 4, you can all battle to each other in multi-battles. Now when you're all out having battles during your independent study, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can be any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of these super special rules involve adjusting Pokemon's levels. Now the no restrictions rule lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiple types of the same held item too. But if you choose to use normal rules, all Pokemon will be set to level 50 for your battles, regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes lower level Pokemon. They'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules lets you use multiples of the same Pokemon species and same held items too. The great part about this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called Flat Rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50. Such Pokemon will be set to level 50 for the duration of the battle. The Flat Rule set is often used for official tournaments. This rule set does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiples of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set would you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon to keep its level low? Flat rules? That's the one, new kid. Looks like you were listening to the lesson. If you got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for, your best bet is to choose the flat rule set. Of course, you can also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want at any level with any held item. That's a pretty good rule set when you want to battle freely with friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50. Flat rules lets you use lower level Pokemon at their actual levels. I hope you'll use these tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. Aw man, I was just about to suggest we use some hand-on practice, build Giant Point home, but I guess we truly are out of time. Next class will be our final exam. Aim for the perfect score. Us! 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 Just cram sessions for all these classes. It's finally game day. Today's our final exam. Time to put on your game faces and do battle with those test sheets. Which cheer boosts attack and special attack? Go all out. What do we call the battles that R button? Auto battles. How should you obtain a LP? Hack the system. Exchange materials. High level Pokemon are adjusted to what level when using flat rules and link battles? 50. When using normal rules and link battles, you can use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item. That is true. Time's up, put your pencils down. I saw you giving it everything you got. I'm sure you all got perfect scores. You all did so well in my class. If you pass this test, you'll officially be Battle Masters. Now go ask for your surely stellar scores at the front desk, you little rascals. Yeah, what's the final result? Oh, perfect score, 5 out of 5. Wow, experience candy medium. Super cool. Art time. Mr. Hassel. What a hassle. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. I love that, Eevee. I'm pleased to say that everyone did very well on the midterm exams. As a reward for all of your hard work, we have a special guest visiting us today. Now then, Brassy, please come in. Greetings. It's the grass leader. I am Brassius. I'm an artist, and I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Brassius here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces such as statues and the like. One of his major works on this installation is titled Surrendering Sunflora, found at Artisan. Many of you who've challenged the Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Hass's classes. Ol Hass is the man who saved me when I had lost all hope and given up on myself. But he never gave up on me. I do not exaggerate when I say that he is my mentor in life. It is precisely thanks to Hass that I was able to establish my current art style. Dear Brassy, I've nothing against reminiscing about old times, but today I hope you will guide this class in a way only you can. Of course. Let's see, why don't we discuss what Hass mentioned, surrendering Sunflora. Can anyone here tell what my mood was when I crafted its detached expression? Sad? No. No, completely and utterly wrong. When I made that sculpture, I had surrendered all hope. I was prepared to give up everything. And that's not sadness? I had resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. Hence the name Surrendering Sunflora. That's exactly it, Hass. When I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deathly ill and fell into a slump that drove me into depression. I began worrying about only what would sell. I was concerned only with fame and fortune. But all of my pieces during that time had no depth. They were all shallow trash. It was then that I met Hass. He helped me realize how petty I was being. I'll spare you the details. But in the end, I was able to leave all that behind. And that is also when I crafted the Sunflora. Remarkable! Even I did not know the full story until now. This kind of thing is hard to tell someone, especially when they're so close to you. Now, I don't doubt that you adolescents will often find your heads crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. This is like those writers who say, no, that's not it at all, even when professional analyzers have told them, no, your novel really is this. Yeah. I said it was sadness. He's like, no, dude, I don't understand. I was totally sad and miserable when I made that statue, but then I was happy later on. I asked you what I was when I crafted it. I was like, yeah, you said sad. Yes. Correct. So long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That's all for me. I must admit I'm beginning to feel a bit embarrassed, so I bid you farewell, Hass. And farewell to your pupils as well. Oh, Brassy, I can't believe it. Such a wonderful class. Think. Thank you so much. What? Just started blubbering. I like the grass gym leader even less. And I liked him even more. I like Hass more. He's a baby. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. First, allow me to apologize for losing my composure during our last class. I was so touched by Brassius' story. I simply couldn't contain my emotions. I'm sorry for making such a scene. Didn't expect you to crap that so much. I think it was a hoy 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 at the end. I certainly got a very stern talking to from Miss Time after that class, yes. Anyway, let us shift gears and dive into the material for today's class. Now, have any of you heard of the 10 sites of Paldea? As the name would imply, there are 10 sites in Paldea that are considered particularly beautiful. Like that Eevee. Among them, I would say that Grand Olive Orchard is likely the most accessible. You can see field after field of olive trees from the hill on the way to Cortando. 2 waterfalls are also counted among these 10 sites, Fury Falls and Casaroya Falls. Then there's the peak of Glaciado Mountain, known as Paldea's highest peak. I know that one. I jump from that often, to do glitches. There's another cliff on Glaciado Mountain that's named after its rather unique shape. So let me ask you, my students, what is the name of the 3-pronged cliff on Glaciado Mountain? No need to grasp at straws. Glaciado's Reach? A very good guess. I think something recent would stretch out farther, though. The 3-pronged cliff on Glaciado Mountain is in fact known as Glaciado's Grasp. Though its shape is far too stubby to be that of a human hand, I imagine someone thought it looked like a Pokemon grabbing something. There's also the mountains in the Area 3 of the East Province, where you can get a good look at Levincia. It's particularly gorgeous at night. In fact, the view is so brilliant, it is known as the Million-Volt Skyline. I hear it's quite a hotspot for dates, and deservedly so for having such a romantic view. I imagine it's, what do the kids say these days, a very, fleek selfie spot? It's goated with the sauce, Professor. Of course, you may feel that not all 10 sites live up to their grandiose names. How often do we visit some tourist spot only to be disappointed? Not to say that you shouldn't visit them, only that you should keep your hopes in check. The important thing is to go yourself and see them with your own 2 eyes. And sometimes a disappointing experience can be worthwhile in its own way. Take a chance! Well, that's it for today, class. Thank you for your attention. Get the fuck out of here! Art 6, come on, Mr. Hassel. Give us the final class. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. The bell keeps making me think my computer is about to restart. Is that your restart noise? My, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe that this is our last class. Now, our topics for today may feel somewhat unrelated to art, but there is absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. It's close if you have the volume low. Okay. There are 2 things I wish to focus on today, ribbons and marks. Both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort, or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to a Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Cascarafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found in wild Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as with the Rowdy mark or the Vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you'll run into a Pokemon with these marks. So if you're able to catch a Pokemon with a mark, rejoice at your outstanding fortune! Does anyone know what special thing you can do with Pokemon that have ribbons or marks? You can change their title! Wonderful, Chrono! Your knowledge is impressive. The correct answer is that a Pokemon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. For example, you can send out a Gible with a best friend's ribbon by declaring, "Go, Gible, the best friend, the great friend, the Dark Magician." And while I know I just said what marks are generally found already on Pokemon when you've met them for the first time, it seems that more recently Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. These are marks such as the Gourmand mark, the Item Finder mark, the Partner mark, and so on. Perhaps it might be fun to try and work out how to get each mark using its name as a clue. Well, that's just about wraps up for our class. Next to the final exam, please review our material closely so you can pass on your first try. Go, Lord Gible. Ba-ba-ba. Shoo-doo-doo-doo. Art final. I'm done with work, but I need a night manager to approve my money deposit. I think he's stuck doing something. I want to leave. I'm hungry. I'm sorry, baby. I hope you get off soon. I do hope you're all ready because it's time for your final exam. Focus and do your best. And begin. Sap, I'll send you some peach rings, but I'm afraid you'd be out by the time they reach you. What is the name of the restaurant where you can change a Pokemon's Terra type? The Treasure Eatery. What is the name of the Brassius' signature art installation? The fucking sobbing Sunflora at the surrendering Sunflora. How many waterfalls are counted among the 10 sites? I think he said 2? Or he only mentioned 2. Where did you find the Million-Volt Skyline? Levincia. The marks of a Pokemon here, or marks a Pokemon has, are present when you first meet, and none can be added later. That's a big fat false. Time's up! That's it for today's test. Pencils down, please. Hey, thank you all so much for learning about art with me. The time we shared has left a mark that I will treasure, I promise you. And it is my sincere wish that all of you go on even greater, more prosperous futures. And that's that. Good work, everyone. You can receive your results from the front desk. I'm actually curious to what marks my Pokemon have. Hey, 5 out of 5. What do you know? Wow, 5 XP candy mediums. Let's take a look. First, let's save so we don't have to do this shit again. We're not done, but I want to check something. Yeah, Sapphire gave me this one. Change markings. No. Sign, ribbon, or mark. Okay, so Gourmand. Partner mark. A mark for friendly Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have partner for Fimbo. The reliable partner. Fimbo, the gourmet. Yeah, I guess Fimbo's eaten the most because they've always been in the party. Gardevoir is got the friendly Pokemon? I don't know. I don't know why that is. Home ec at this last class. Mr. Saguaro. Ow. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. Though some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times, I'm glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honored to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root in all of you. I trust that you'll work just as hard on your life skills in this second half of your course as well. Let's now return our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked this question is a young man who enjoys the culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. He also spends day and night studying all aspects of the culinary arts. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, Miss Chrono, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of meal powers? He should make Arven? Arven? I cannot disclose the identity of this certain male student who enjoys the culinary arts. It may very well be Arven, but it may not be. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well. When dealing with a difficult issue, working with others solves that issue may be the best course of action. You can't have big bread unless you make food with multiple people, is what it boils down to. I'm sure that Arven will likewise work with friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. Hey, the identity of the male student is a matter of privacy, so I would ask that you do not pry too deeply. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. I am free. Gonna buy some eggs. Sapphire, if you're still there, we need tortilla chips bad. But if you're not, don't worry about it. Easy win. Give me a second. We made a lot of food recently and been going through our tortilla chips. I'm thinking of making a sweet potato later. I'm gonna have some like cheese and salsa put on it. I eat it with tortilla chips. I'm a freak. She said okay. All right. I had to text her because she's definitely not like listening to the stream while she's home ec 5. Yeah, I made some Spanish rice recently, and I put like diced tomatoes and jalapeno beans in there, like ranch-style beans with like jalapenos. And we just basically I made like tostadas on them. So I put like down. First of all, I did like weird tostada. I did tortilla, refried beans, tostada shell, refried beans, chopped up some grilled chicken that we had made previously. Put that on there. Put that Spanish rice with the tomatoes and beans, and I put like, once I warmed that up, I put the lettuce, I put the cheese, I put the salsa. It was a big fucking thing. A huge amount of food. I underestimate how much I put on those things until it's finally on my plate. It's so much effort to put that together. Put away your phones, it's time to give applause. Speaking of food. Oh, you're also kind of still here. Okay, good. While you're out performing field work with one of your Pokemon walking alongside you, have you ever noticed changes in its coloration? Now, I don't mean that it suddenly becomes a shiny Pokemon or any nonsense like that. I'm speaking of it becoming filthy. Pokemon battle. They get hurt by moves used against them. They get battered by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy. So you also almost made a layered nacho cake. Yeah, and then for leftovers, I would just put tortilla chips in a bowl, pop the rice on there, pop the chicken on there, warm it up, and then when it comes out, I put the lettuce, cheese, and salsa, and just made a big old nacho bowl. I enjoyed myself the last couple of days. Christmas is an interesting set of food I was having. I've seen many a trainer walking about with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing this issue. It is deplorable. Let me ask this question of someone who I am sure would not tolerate such shameful conduct. Ah, yes, Miss Chrono. What would you do if your Pokemon's dirty? Clean it up. Perfectly correct. I knew I would count on you to provide me with such an answer. Nothing. When your Pokemon are dirty, clean them. This is, of course, simply common sense. While you're having a picnic, you can approach the Pokemon on your team and perform a variety of actions. One such action is putting them through what I call the Pokemon wash, in other words. You're able to clean them up. You start by getting your sponge lathered up with soapy bubbles as you gently and carefully scrub your Pokemon. Once your Pokemon is nice and covered in soapy bubbles, the bubbles will encapsulate the filth when you simply wash it away with a spray of water. This will get your Pokemon clean and shining as bright as a Terajewel. It's certainly quite a bit of work, but this will also restore HP and cure status conditions. However, some Pokemon may have parts of their bodies they don't want to be scrubbed or that they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, the most important point that I must mention is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. Though I will contradict myself by saying this, please do remember that cleaning your Pokemon is not always the kind thing to do, like with a muck. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-da-ba-dee-doo-doo-doo. Ba-da-ba-dee-doo-doo-doo. Put away your phones. It's time to begin our last class together. To Zach. Okay, sorry. Home economics is the study of life's necessities. But looking back on our time together, I realize that I focused it almost entirely on food. I hope it's not too late to shift to a discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. Yeah, we don't get to fucking dress in anything, man. As I'm sure you're aware, our academy has an air of freedom about it. Not really. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one for spring, summer, fall, and winter, when the Academy accepted you. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe. As long as you wear a school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school issued. This includes your bag or your hat, if you choose to wear one. You are even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me. There's one more thing you all like to decorate, which I must say I find quite charming. Our Rotom phones? Perfectly correct. That's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit that I'm fascinated by Rotom phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents where you can purchase cases for your Rotom phones? I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with small talk. This class known as Home Economics nears its end. I offer these final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourselves, to take care of Pokemon, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I'd be honored if you have If what I've taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, even if only a little. This sentiment was to me by Mr. Hassel and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Prepare to do your best on our final exam. Final exam time. Here we go, here we go, here we go! Come on. The time has come to test how well you've all learned in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon? I would guess Sparkling. Which of the following is not an effective egg power? Is not an effective egg power. Okay, Hatch? Strong Pokemon? No. Eggs easier to find, eggs hatch faster. I think it's... Yeah, it doesn't affect the strength. What's a simple yet effective tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers? Yeah, making food with others. That's what we learned. What is the correct action to take when your adorable Pokemon becomes dirty? Wash. Pokemon wash. This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each season? No, it doesn't matter. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I made the questions a little easier than I'd planned to as a way of saying thank you for informing me about Rotom phone cases. I trust that you all gave this exam everything you had so that you will not have to retake it. Bye-bye. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. Alright, last test. What did we get? 5 out of 5. Wow. 5 medium candies. You've now finished all of your classes and passed all of their exams. I have this from you from Director Clavel. Wow, 5 experience candies large. Now you can focus all of your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. I don't think that was worth it. Oh, no, it was worth it! Miss Ryfort, please, ma'am! Why, if it isn't Chrono from Class 1A. Are you perhaps interested in the rest of the old tale I told you in class? Yes. Heh, it is convenient that you would take the bait I presented in class. A vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of bees. After obtaining these 4 treasures, the king's castle was destroyed. Why, you ask? Because these 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokemon. As these Pokemon were passed from human hand to human hand as treasures, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king at the time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for renowned Pokemon wielders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokemon were then sealed away somewhere in Paldea. Oh. So what do you think? Would you say the story is just make-believe? No. Heh, very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journals, and the like. There is much to support the truth of this story. If I'm able to prove the story's veracity myself, I'll be sure to let you know. You became even closer with Miss Ryfort. Got any more? Chrono, the time has come. The cursed treasures, the 4 Pokemon of ruin. They exist. And I stumbled upon the truth in the newspaper of all places. Ha! In an interview piece with a carpenter, no less. The Pokemon wielders apparently use sacred stakes to seal these treasures of ruin and shrines. Oh yeah, I've been prying those up for no reason. There's a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon, and 8 stakes driven into the ground and the areas surrounding each shrine to keep the power of ruin at bay. Yep. In other words, if all the stakes for a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside. Don't you think it would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny little shrines, Chrono? Yes. A kind soul, I see. You are proving truly useful. According to a descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble at all with that. You can choose for yourself whether to believe me or not, but I will mark the locations of these shrines on your map. I'd rather go myself, of course, but skipping out on my classes to go adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. You can think of it as part of your treasure hunt. Treasures of ruin are still treasures, after all. I hope you'll investigate these shrines if you are at all inclined to do so. You feel trusted by Miss Ryford. I do hope you will take on the hunt for the treasures of the ruin if you are so inclined. Kinda want to do that shit right now, almost. Mr. Hassel? Oh, why hello there, young Chrono. I'm sorry I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I feel I must again apologize for what transpired in the schoolyard. It didn't bother me. Ha! That's very magnanimous of you. That woman who showed up as a dragon tamer, and a relative of mine, I might add. You see, I come from a very long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. I'm David Hasselhoff. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. But the young lad, rebellious little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. He made quite the show of it, too, swearing he'd make a living with music. A lot happened since then, and now he's the art teacher and the Elite Four member before you. After I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return to home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say my father, is in poor health. No, but I do apologize. Perhaps I'm not cut out for teaching after all. What sort of teacher grumbles on and on at his own student? You're a great teacher. Ah, my dear Chrono, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Thank you. Thank you so very much. You feel trusted. Oh, I'm sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm sorry, I was miles away. Any other teachers here? Oh my god, there is more here. Is it the math teacher somewhere? Pachirisu lag. There's so much fucking like weird lag pop-in. This is so ugly. Like that shit over in the corner is unacceptable. This shit shouldn't happen. This shouldn't be so easy to do. It's like nobody fucking thought. You know what's happening? It's a different model. It's a different frame rate we're getting each time a new one spawns in, right? It's like slightly faster. Slightly faster. Yeah, it's the different frame rates popping in. And they didn't come up with a better way to do it. filthy. Absolutely filthy. Oh my god. Where is she? Can't find this teacher. There's Pokeball again. Yeah, Rhyfort's there, Hassel's there. Oh my god. It's just so bad. I'm gonna walk. Why? Why does that kid go away in a different, like, it... It's so fucking bad. And by the time they patch it, even if they do, it's going to be far too late. I'll be done with the game by the time they patch it. Maybe the teachers... Maybe they can only have 2 teachers in the same area at the same time. So I need to leave and come back. Oh wait, you're here? Huh? Chrono, you scared me! Were you cooking something? Oh no, I'm not here for anything food-related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall, and I felt that intense gaze that I told you about before. So I quickly ducked into the cafeteria here. Our cafeteria only has 1 entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Ah, someone's come just now. Oh, that's weird. I thought I saw her come in here. I guess I won't be able to ask my question today, either. That girl, I feel like I've seen her several times before. She seems to be a student here, but I get the feeling that her question is not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll start up a conversation myself. It could have been a little scary being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. Ex-girl, you feel trusted. Oh, entrance hall is Rhyfort, and that's only after we do all the stakes. How about we fucking do that? How about we get all those legendary Pokemon? We rip up all the stakes and release the 4 legendary ancient Pokemon. And we go back and we tell Rhyfort, like, baby, we got him. Just for you. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, my dear Chrono. Thanks to your advice from before, Palmy is, well, just see for yourself. It seems very quiet. Yeah, it's feeling better, but this particular Palmy may just be a bit meek, I suppose. I had Nurse Miriam take a look as well, and she says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. So it shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. Even so, it never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. That part even Mr. Jacques here stumped. Sorry that I couldn't be of any help. Yeah, don't worry about it. Intuipa. I have some more information now thanks to the Academy's security cameras, though. It seems Palmy was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Security cameras? So you've seen what I've done? Oh no. Maybe it's still in a bit of shock from that experience and can't bring itself to speak yet? Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Pas de problème. We can just wait, that is, until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee that you can understand. Yeah, excuse me, what's going on in someone's heart? But have no fear, I won't give up. No, I'll keep on trying until we've figured each other out. You feel trusted. Anything else? Pommy's doing great. It's just a bit of a quiet one. I wanted to talk to Pommy. Jacques? Hey, you got some Pokedex updates for me? Aim to register 200. I guess I haven't done 200. What? Wait, hold up. I've only caught 151. I caught them all! Ash, do you hear? I caught all 151 Pokemon! Why, hello there, Chrono. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. The most crucial of moments? Well, you see... Master Hassel, I'm here to collect you. So I see. Glad you finally made up your mind about taking your place as leader of the family. Well, it is indeed true that I've made up my mind. I've made up my mind to continue teaching here at the Academy. How could you? Are you saying you don't care what happens to our proud lineage? I am saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating this room, would you? The children here are letting their senses, their perceptiveness, grow freely. I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems so much more fun to me, if I'm being honest. What other nonsense. And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you're worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Master Hassel. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need to in order to change your mind. Oh, by all means, my door is open. I think you'll soon find you've met your match in stubbornness. You thought I could be cowed by some story spun up about my father's deteriorating health? I'm not so easily fooled. I will return another day. I'm sorry you had to see all that. I was so close, so very close to resigning my post as teacher and returning to my home. But the students here gave me the courage to say no. That includes you, Chrono. Your words truly brought me strength. Hey! You got chips? Thank you. Sapphire's home. Huh? I got done with the classes. I'm just talking to all the teachers because I can up their trustedness more. I talked to Ryfort finally about the stakes, and apparently getting her max trust is to get all the stake Pokemon. I want to get them. I cannot think of a way I can possibly repay my debt of... I cannot think of a way I can possibly repay my debt to you young ones. Take this, if you will, so insufficient as it may be in expressing the full breadth of my gratitude. 50 Dragon Terra Shards. That's not insignificant at all. Yeah. Compared to 10 max revives, it's pretty good. Now then, let it be clear to all. I, Hassel, will continue on my chosen path as instructor to the youths of our world. You formed a close bond with Mr. Hassel. Hello there, Chrono. Please stay for as long as you wish. Staff room. We got home ec teacher. Oh yeah, I got the Palmy mission. My dear Chrono, Palmy here is as healthy as can be. But he's quiet. Well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality. But it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food or whether there are predators nearby. I learned that in class. So even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid that it might not be able to do those sorts of things. I hear that Meowth over and over. What do you think, Chrono? Where does Palmy belong? With you, Mr. Salvatore. Oh, I didn't expect to hear mon nom, my name. Nom de plume. So, you think it should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health so it could return to the wild that I didn't even consider that possibility. Yeah, you already have a Pikachu, you might as well go full electric mouse team. What do you think about that little idea, my little Palmy friend? Palmy! Palmy? It spoke! At last! Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that reply means yes. Oh, my dear Chrono, merci so very, very much for all your help with Palmy. All the more reason you should have this here. A rare Pokemon for you to raise. A Meowth. So I'm just like looking around my character and seeing a Meowth right there. I'm like, oh yeah, it's super rare. I'm so happy. Yes, I, Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. I will indeed. Meowth. Let's take a look at the boxes here. Oh, I need to clean this shit up. How's the... Oh, there's the Meowth. Meowth! It's Galarian. Alright, I got a Dragonite at some point. And a Noivern. This is from those level 5 raids we did off stream. Some level 75 dragon Pokemon. Just in case I wanted to do that. I'm actually going to put those in this box over here. They get the trash? Okay. Really? Sorry, I'm just looking at their natures. This one actually has a adamant nature, which is good for Mimikyu. Me? Thungaga. Palmy's never been better. How's that Meowth I entrusted to your care? Doing, sir, superbly, I hope. I'm walking away now. Miss Chrono. There's something I would like, very much like to ask your help with. You might help? Well, you see, I do not want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Paldea region. I absolutely must experience that ambrosial sweetness for myself. You are the only one who knows my insatiable sweet tooth, thus I have no one else I can turn to for this help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image students have of me. I'll repay you for your troubles, of course, and give it some thought if it piques your interest. In the meantime, I'll gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I'll share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. Feel trusted. What do you need? A sweet condiment. I don't know what that would be. Didn't I get a sweet Herba Mystica with you? I think I did. I got that specific one. He didn't say anything, though. Oh, here's another class. Hey! Miss Chrono, about the matter of which I need your help. I have discovered the name of the incredibly sweet condiment. It's called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I'd be grateful if you would share some with me. Miss Chrono, have you anything to report about Sweet Herba Mystica? Yep. There you go. The one I have. A shaker of Sweet Herba Mystica. So this is Sweet Herba Mystica. I must create something with it right away. It's so very sweet. My, what ambrosial sweetness. It's like a sweeter honey, a much sweeter honey. Yes, it's as if honey's sweetness were multiplied by 100. Hey, Mr. Saguaro, what you eating? Ah! It smells super sweet, and you look so happy eating it. No, you see, there's a reason for this. You don't look like someone who eats like sweets, but that's pretty cool. Pretty cool? I spent my entire life trying to maintain the image that others have of me. But now I see that it's possible to reconcile the difference between my outward appearance and my inner love of sweets. Well then, Miss Chrono, here's a reward for your efforts, as promised. Slowpoke Cup. Thank you. A cup for big-time Pokemon fans. Kids will happily drink out of it, making it a boon to parents. Excuse me. Thanks to you, I was able to have a most delectably sweet experience. Moreover, I even feel that my narrow-minded views have broadened ever so slightly. Please accept my heartiest of thanks. You formed a close bond, Mr. Saguaro. Thanks for the cup? If you know of anywhere with exceptional sweets, I would very much appreciate that information. Back to the nurse's office. Oh, the gym teacher. No way, no way, no way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. Miss Dendra, what's wrong? Oh, great timing, new kid. Nurse Miriam here won't try the sandwich I made. Oh. Well, duh, I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't? Probably? I still remember that sandwich you made with me with the meat filling and meat for bread. That one really messed me up bad. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet back then. I was young and thoughtless and... Young and thoughtless? It was last month. So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through that intensive sandwich making training. Kind of makes me sad. She went through intensive sandwich making training. She worked really hard at it. I guess I have no choice if you've got one of our cute little students on your side. So fine, I'll try your sandwich. Let's see it. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Here it is. Himbo energy, yes. Munch, munch, munch. It's a little strongly flavored, but I guess it's not bad? Woohoo! My training paid off! I'm so glad my sandwiches please you. I'm so glad my sandwich pleases the great Nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. You feel trusted by Miss Dendra. Thanks for trying it, and thank you too, new kid. And she's run off again. That was weird. But that's just how Miss Dendra is, I guess. She's always coming to the nurse's office with some injury or another, too. School store. That's the gym teacher again. I might like the gym teacher the most if Ryfort wasn't in the game. Ryfort is, like, on the edge of being, like, slightly menacing. Oh, new kid, you here to do a little shopping? Yep, I'm here to shop. I came to see you. Haha, so you came to see me, did you? I'm here to check out the sandwiches they got for sale. School store sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional balance, too. You're not making your own? What happened to your intensive training? I guess I'm not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore me out. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm going to take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Alright, I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Medium back for everything she'd done for me. It was my way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does, I really look up to her. I wanted to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at doing something for other people like she is, but I guess I just wasn't cut out for it. What I am cut out for, though, is being full of energy, so I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. You really helped me out, new kid. Take this as my way of saying thanks. 10 bottles of protein, huh? I got protein. What? Alright then, what should I go with today to get my... What should I go with today to get my protein in?
I'm not normal. You don't say those things.
What?
Oh my god.
What are you talking about? She just wants protein. I have a suggestion. You formed a close bond with Miss Dendra. And it tastefully fades to black.
Alright. You need to calm down.
Oh, new kid, you getting training in? Yes. Stamina training.
Stop it! For fuck's sake! What the fuck? You were so cursed.
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh. Is that a Gengar over there? Gengar. Oh, there she is. The math teacher. Students trying to ask her a question. Chrono, help me keep an eye out, would you? Set up a little ambush here for that girl who keeps watching me. She'll be here any second. An ambush? Why? Well, you see, it's not very pleasant knowing she's just staring at me all the time. And now I know what she looks like after seeing her in the cafeteria. Ah! It's you, isn't it? You're the one who's been secretly watching me recently. Don't tell Miss Ryfort. Time? How'd you know I guess you must have noticed me. I'm so sorry. Well, of course I noticed. You were watching me practically all day, every day, after all. I assume there's something you want to ask me? Yes, I do. I've been a huge fan of yours since your time as a gym leader, and I love rock-type moves so very much. Oh, my. But you just suddenly retired from your post as gym leader a year and a half ago. Why did you quit? My goodness, is that all you wanted to ask? Yes, your reason for retiring was never made public. But it's well known among students here that you just avoid the question anytime it's asked. I thought it would be rude to ask you a question that you don't know the answer, so I just couldn't find the courage to ask. You don't want to answer. So that's why your gaze felt so very intense. I see, forgive me. So very intense? Never mind that. As for the reason I quit my job as a gym leader, I simply wanted to focus more on my job as a teacher. It's not like I dislike being a gym leader or anything of that sort. Quite the contrary, talking about the gym fills me with feelings of nostalgia and sadness. That's why I always avoid answering the question when students ask. Oh, I see. Do you have any plans of becoming a gym leader again? No, I'm afraid I don't plan to do so. My sister is doing a splendid job as gym leader in my stead. I personally find being a teacher most enjoyable these days. But since I am, in fact, your teacher, I would appreciate if you would call me Miss Time, as students do, and not just Time. Okay, I'm to hear that, but I understand. Thank you so much, Miss Time. Well, I suppose that solves the mystery. Ah, that made me so nervous. I said so many things to try to sound so cool. I was certainly a little scared when I felt that girl's intense gaze on me. But having you here with me allowed me to do what needed to be done, to face what turned out to be one of my biggest fans. I must thank you for always showing up at just the right time, Chrono. Allow me to show you my appreciation a little. I hope these help on your adventure. 50 rock Terra shards. Alright, okay. Close ball with Miss Time. Okay, so I think that's everything unless I fill out the Pokedex more, get the legendary Pokemon, and I guess do some other very crazy shit. So how about this? We've been going for almost 4 hours. We have the Pokemon League. We have the final Titan mission, wrapping that up. And we also have, on my personal list of things to do, is getting these 4 gates unlocked. Which I think off stream I'm going to gather all the little pillars and pull them out of the ground. So that next time I stream, I can get these 4 things, go back to Ryfort, show her my progress, and then we can do the Titan Pokemon, and then we can do the Pokemon League. Sound good? We've been going for 4 hours, otherwise I'd be continue going, but it's also kind of late for my current sleep schedule. But thank you for stopping by. More of this soon. I'm not sure when I'll stream Genshin. I guess if an event comes up, they keep constantly popping up. The current event is like it's like Prop Hunt, which you've done in the past. It's not any different, really. There's slight differences. There's more maps and stuff like that, but it's not like there's no story to it. But as soon as a new thing gets added in that, I'll probably stream that. Deep Rock Galactic, obviously, we'll be getting back to at some point. And what else? What else? You know, just a bunch of crazy stuff. I'll let you know in the Discord if I'm thinking about any other new games, but yeah, thank you for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Probably won't be the last Pokemon stream next time we stream. These kind of go on for a while. So it's going to be the 4 legendaries, or whatever they are, the Titan Pokemon Quest, Pokemon League, and then this fucking crater is an entire, like, very end-game / post-game, I guess, after you've done all 3 of these things, you know. Well, we finished the Starfall today. We did all the Team Star stuff. Wrapped that up in a nice little bow. But yeah. We'll get back to this. If I do anything off stream, it's just going to be grinding for more candy. I might level up my Pokemon a tiny bit more. Maybe. Watch it release Kyurem. I think it's going to be new Pokemon. The descriptions of them didn't really sound familiar when I did see some stuff about it, and it didn't sound like past legendaries. I could be wrong. But yeah, thanks for coming. I'm going to stop the stream for now. Bye-bye.